Divine be guiding me out of this web that got us all stuck. I write the path, remember it now. You wrote the path, remember it now. Divine be calling me in. All of the answers lie within me. I write the path, remember it now. You wrote the path, remember it now. No longer hiding in the shadow of light. I can't shrink my light. I can't shrink my light. No longer fighting with my intuition. The goddess has awakened and she's moving in her greatness. Learning to breathe, learning to see, learning to be free. Bring it down from my dreams, commune with deities. Little baby the light, and she waking that shadow side every night. Divine be guiding me out of this web that got us all stuck. I write the path, remember it now. You wrote the path, remember it now. Divine be calling me in. All of the answers lie within me. I write the path, remember it now. You wrote the path, remember it now. And she waking that shadow side every night.
What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. Love and light, peace and blessings, and welcome to Layah's commentary. Okay, as you guys can see, there has definitely been a channel change name. We got a fresh new name. I actually been wanting to change my name of this channel for a very long time, and so yeah, I thought to keep it with something simple like Layah's commentary. Like I wasn't trying to, do too much. So today, as you can see, we have the Goddess Circle panel with my tribe. I call these ladies my tribe. They are the people I call, the people I contact, the people that I stay in touch with. We got some more people showing up soon, shortly. And, today we have a special topic. And our topic pretty much is going to be, are Black women protected? Are Black women protected? I'm going to let the ladies introduce themselves. We have some more ladies coming. And yeah, go ahead, Starcy. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Do you guys hear me?
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Starcy, I said introduce yourself to everybody.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, good. Because I was getting confused. Okay. So I'm Starseed. I am a writer and an artist, and yeah.
All right, so we got Starseed. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let my girl Melanated introduce herself as well.
Hi, goddesses. Hi, Catalea. It has been a while. I've been here, but I haven't been here. So much going on. But anyways, everyone, my name is Melanated Harvest. I'm just one of these queens in the queen circle, just loving all the positive vibes. I'm a single mother. My son is amazing. He's wonderful. I'm actually out fishing right now because my dad, his last day is tomorrow, and he loves to fish. So I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm definitely going to chime in. Positive vibes, you guys.
All righty. Okay. And Mika, go ahead and introduce yourself, Mika. Mika, you there, mama? Okay. She might be busy. Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself, Goddess J.
Peace and love, everybody. I'm Goddess J. Um, I'm from Detroit. I'm a social worker. Um, I'm a mother of one. I got a lovely little daughter. I like to travel and mingle with my goddesses and like-minded people, and have great, interesting discussions.
All right, all right. So we got a couple more ladies that are going to be showing up. I hope my admins is on deck. All of my ladies in here are admins. So we're going to make sure that we keep this chat as positive as possible. No negativity. Um, okay, Mika, that's fine. No negativity or anything like that. So, without further ado, we're going to get into this topic that has been weighing heavy on me. Like, I feel like um, this is something that we need to talk about. Now, previously, we had spoke about, the black male pathology or whatever, and in that sparked conversations with my ladies, with my tribe, the ladies that you see on here right now. These are my tribe members, okay? Starcy been rocking with me for a long time. All right, she been down, holding it down for a goddess for a
Yes,
cool little minute. Me
exactly.
and Goddess J, we've been cool for a little bit of time. I don't know how many months. Dang, it's been that long, huh? Like now that I think
Kind of
about it,
fresh.
right? And melanated, that's my dog. And then we got some more people coming on. But anyways, they've been rocking with me for a while. So, in the backgrounds, I've been having this conversation with my ladies separately, of course, because we all talk and that's what we do. So I've been having these conversations with my ladies separately, which sparked conversations about how, a lot of black women are not protected. So I wanted to like really dive deep and get different perspectives of all the ladies. We all are from different backgrounds and things like that. I know me and Starcy, we both tribed up. We both, Native American girls.
Yep.
But everybody's from different backgrounds and different belief systems. So I'm gonna let everybody go down the line and talk about why they feel black women are not as protected as they should be. I really want to start with Goddess J.
Okay, wow. Throw me on the spot. Sure, I'll go first.
Well, you was the last person I talked to, and you had some really good points, so that's why.
Yeah, I just feel that we are unprotected on many fronts, especially when it comes to things like sexual abuse. I know many of us have personally been through some form of sexual trauma, and we can all say that we were assaulted by people of our own tribe, of our own nationality, of our own color. And, that alone right there is a cause for alarm. Like 1 in 4 women are sexually assaulted annually. So it's just, that's for me, that's a lot. And also just never getting believed when we do work up the courage to come forward with our stories about things that we've been through. We get met with all kinds of but what did you do? Oh, how did you bring this on yourself? It's never, any accountability. And I just, would like to see that change for sure.
Okay. And what about you, Melanated Harvest? Because you were another person who I love your perspective, and I love a lot of the things that you say.
Oh, okay. So I guess I should have thought about this. Okay. I'm just gonna have to go straight off the dome. As far as the protection that we need as females, um, the mindset. I feel like the mindset that the men have nowadays, and even some of the females, the mindset that some of the females have, is not a compassionate mindset. And this, my perspective as far as where I'm going with this, is sometimes we don't have compassion for ourselves. sometimes we make stupid decisions as females in our lives, but that's a part of the growing process. Um, but when you know better, you got to do better. And when it comes to the males being able to protect us, um, one example, lots of people are into smoking weed, and it really makes people super calm. I'm not bashing weed at all, by the way, because I enjoyed weed whenever I did it. So I'm not bashing the weed at all, but it really makes you kind of like docile. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be more on alert. We have to take our safety and our security a whole lot more seriously, not only for on individual terms, but for our community and for generations to come. But that could be a super long conversation, but I guess that's kind of where I'll take that
No,
point.
that's a good point. That's a good point, Melanated Harvest. It does make us put our defenses down as well as other substances, combining them.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Goddess J.
For sure.
I would definitely have to agree with you. And come on, Starcy, because I know you
Yeah.
got a lot to say.
Yeah. So
Mika,
I
I'm
think,
sorry about that. StreamYard be tripping for some people. Anytime you want to come back and try it out again, you can. But go ahead, Starcy.
yeah, so I think for me is when Black women go missing, and how there is not a whole lot of media attention around that. It's not a whole lot of publicity around that versus if it was a white woman, if it were white children even. And so my whole thing is I think there's a lack of protection from our men in our communities, and I feel like they are feminizing our men so that they won't protect us and value, the Black woman and protecting them.
Yes, Starseed, I heard that. This is Melanated
I
Harvest.
definitely agree with
I
that.
agree.
But also, I feel like at some point, even like I feel like it's a lot of women too. Like we need to start holding ourselves accountable. Like Melanated Harvest said, we need to start
Yep.
making better decisions and better choices. But I also feel like, so goes the woman and the child, so goes the man, so goes the woman and the child. I feel like men are the sole protectors. Men are the providers of our community. And that goes for any nationality, any community. Like you can look at any nationality of people. I don't care whether they're Caucasian, whether they're Hispanic, whatever their nationality is. The men are always in the forefront. The men are always the people who are enforcing the rules, the laws. They're making all type of provisions and things like that for their people to move forward. So I just feel like, when will it be a thing where men start to take their rightful place, right? And then not only just point the finger at the woman, because if a man was strong enough, if a man was able to lead enough, he wouldn't have to point the finger at the woman. Okay. And my dad used to make a lot of valid points when he talked about if a household is failing, it's failing because of the male leadership. Okay.
Mhm.
And so that's what we're seeing in our community, a failing of our, I want to say our nationality here in the Americas, a failing of where we are as a class, as socially, economically, and even like as a family unit. You know, you see that there is not really much strength in that these
But
days.
I would like to interject right there, just so I don't forget the point. I agree with everything you said, but the part of you talked about, okay, when will we see a shift in what our men do? When will we see the shift at feeling like it's our fault? And I feel like that is something, a pathology that we need to uh, come out of, because we're always like, what did we do? What did we do? When we break our backs for men, for our Black men. Some of us really go to bat for them. We're supportive of them. We hold the household down. We birth the children and everything. We've been everything that they needed. And then it's still
It's
we're
not enough.
still protected when it comes down to certain things. So when will we see a shift in the women being like, this is not our fault per se? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of that narrative a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like it's not necessarily our fault. I wasn't saying that. I was saying like,
Okay.
I was just basically saying like, if men were stepping into their power, if men were leading the way that they should be leading, we would actually see a shift in our community. We would actually see a change in our households and things like that. But yes, I do feel like a lot of times Black women are put under this scope of we're not good enough. We're not good enough, right? And so many other people are looking at other groups of women saying that they are the epitome of, number one, beauty, of how a woman should be, of submissiveness, and all of these great things. But what they don't realize is those groups of women grew up with strong male leadership. They grew up with men in their homes. They grew up with men who knew how to enforce rules and laws and regulations. They grew up with men who knew how to build legacy, and that was their sole purpose. So those women are more attractive to our men because they didn't have to do no work. That's the best way to put it. They didn't have to do any work.
We have had to work. We have not been able to be in the household raising the children, which I feel is the natural order of things. But, you know, I personally didn't grow up that way either. I did have a father in my life who was supportive, who was protective, and I'm very grateful for that. But that's probably one or two Black males that I can say were a positive role model in my life compared to how many men there are in my family. You know?
Now, I do wanted to get to what Willis said, and this is the thing that we hear so much from Black men, right? He said that we can't lead when we can't tell y'all anything. How can we lead when you refuse to follow? And I feel like that's not necessarily true.
This is true.
I know for me,
I need more information.
As a melanated woman, I have followed men down the path of destruction. That's the best way to put it.
Hello?
I have followed men, have done what they told me, have been submissive, have done all of the right things that I'm supposed to do. And at the end of the day, it still wasn't good enough. Now we got to ask ourselves, not just the women, but the men, why is that? What is wrong? Why is nothing that Black women do is good enough? Why are we the least protected? I also wanted to go ahead.
And I think I wanted to kind of add to that comment. Like, it kind of just ties back into what Goddess Shay was even talking about. Like, y'all are deflecting and not trying to take responsibility. Like, you don't
always
protect us.
Our fault. It is
and
always
then
our
you turn
fault.
around and you say, oh, well, y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen to us.
What are we not listening to? That's why I said I'm gonna need more information. What is it? Can that person please comment again and tell us what are we not listening to?
Yeah, Willis, we would definitely love you to comment. Like, we over here, we want to go back and forth. You know, we love that.
We want to build. We want to build, though. You know
what you have to say. So we love to go back and forth and talk about whatever. You have to follow a male, a real man. You know when you run into one. But see, that's true. But Willis, that is very few and far and in between. And that's the point that we are trying to make. You, sir, you may be a real man, right? But what I want you to do is take a look around your family members, right? I'm just trying to get you to have a real life realization to yourself. Look at your cousins. Look at your uncles. Look at people who you know, people who you hang out with that are men. And ask yourself, do they amount to what it is that you say you are? You said you're a real man. Do they amount to that? Do you see a lot of that? Do you see a lot of that? And can you fault women for getting into situations with dudes or men who are not that? When number one, we are, it's more of women than it is of men. That's number one. Number two, you guys are few and far in between. Like, real men are few and far in between. So can you like fault us for that? Like, what do we do? Do we just remain single and sit at home by ourselves? And you know what I mean? Get us a little bzz, 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 bzz. You know, what do we do? You know,
Right.
all the men in my life have their own homes, families, jobs, and their own companies. But Paris, do they have wives? Are they married? You said they have their own families. That's what I'm talking about. They're married. They don't
That's
count. And
good.
it's more
I'm
real
happy to
men.
hear that.
He said it don't count. It's more real men who does right than you give credit. Wow.
We just gave credit. I just gave credit to my father. He was very instrumental in my life, and he was a good man. So we're not here to bash, and it's not an all lives matter kind of situation here.
Right.
We're saying for the most part, there are more men who are not in alignment, and we need to see that turn around, because the bottom line is we're unprotected. Because the numbers don't lie. We can sit here and debate all day, but numbers don't lie. Just like
I want to
Starcy
give you
said.
guys a couple things.
We go missing, and y'all do not look for us at all.
I wanted to give
How
you
many
guys a
black women
couple
missing right
examples
now?
for the men. I want to give y'all a couple of examples of how black women, right, we're the least protected. But not only are we the least protected, we're the least protected by our own men. In most cases, we get hurt more by our own men than any other man. I want you guys to go look at the statistics. I'm gonna pull up a couple cases here. Here's another case. Man arrested for shooting 5 women who tried to stop him from abusing his girlfriend and her mother. Abusing his girlfriend, and her mother are amongst the deceased victims. So he killed her and her mother. Another situation, is it this one? Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all something. This particular situation right here happened. My son was present. I know you guys have seen my social media and we've talked about this particular incident, but my son was present, and this incident is kind of like that particular incident. Woman and mother killed by ex-boyfriend in triple shooting is Dunwoody police say. And I want to tell y'all a little bit of what happened in that triple shooting, okay? Which is kind of like the same thing that happened in a previous one. The young man was putting his hands on his girlfriend. She said that she was going to leave him. My son was in the car. My son's best friend was in the car. His mother was in the car. The girl was with the boyfriend. She went to go retrieve her things from the home because she was trying to leave him. And in the presence of her trying to leave him, he begins to come out the home, deadly assault her mother, assault her brother, but did not assault my son because he had no quarrels. He had nothing to do with it. So same situation. These are 2 women who trusted their boyfriends, in one case husband, to not beat them, not abuse them, not hurt them, but met their maker. That's another one. Okay, another instance. I mean, we could pull these up all day.
And then
5
situations
children,
like this, though. Go ahead.
5 children and a man killed inside of Muskogee home. Family says suspect killed his own brother and children. Boom. Another one. Another case right here. Fayetteville man charged in pregnant girlfriend's death surrenders to police. Black man kills his girlfriend while she's pregnant. Okay. Let's see what else. A father came to his daughter's birthday party, killed her and killed the family. Okay. Last one. I'm not going to pull all these up, but it's so many. Mm-hmm. Man told detectives that he killed 4 family members over stimulus money. I know y'all remember this one. This is a black man. He killed his girlfriend and the whole family over stimulus money. And these are the things that you guys say, oh, black women are protected. We protect our women, but we see thousands and thousands and thousands of cases like this. We see this on the news all the time. Now, what were you going to say, Goddess J? Go ahead.
Yes, it's so unfortunate. It's very disturbing, you know. Just trigger warning for anybody out there about this. If it's too much, you know, I totally understand because it's a lot for me to even see the clips. But in those cases, it's all I see so many comments on social media or online where people are saying, well, what did the woman do? You know, how did she provoke this? And it's like when other races they have things like this happen, the woman isn't in question. You know, why is it that
Right.
we're always in question of what did we do to cause this to ourselves? That's just so disturbing to me.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, whenever we get to talking about this, um, whenever we get to talking about these sort of topics, it's always men over here defending themselves, women over here going back and forth with the men. It's a fight, it's a quarrel. Nobody, the man is wrong, the woman is wrong. And we're not doing this panel to bash men. We're trying to really bring awareness so that you guys can see how we really need you guys as men to step into your rightful place for our community. That's what we need.
Right.
We need y'all to understand how Black women are not being protected. We need y'all to go and look at your friends and your uncles and your cousins and your family members when they are doing things like these things that we've seen, or they're exuding some kind of aggressive behavior or looking like they're going to harm women, right? To check them. Check them.
Hold them accountable.
I love that you said that. If I could just interject real quick, I don't know how much longer my battery is going to hold up, but I 100%, I'm sorry, 110% agree with you, Catalea. I was actually just speaking to some people last week or the week before about how females need to start checking females in a respectful, feminine way, and the men need to start checking the other men in a masculine, respectful way, because we have to start doing better.
Exactly.
I believe it was on this dating app. Yeah, I'm single, so I'm on this dating app, and they have lives. Yeah, it was on their dating app. You know, because how can you have a healthy relationship if you don't know what a healthy relationship is, and if you don't know how to communicate um, what you need and what is healthy?
Mhm.
Right. So you said you don't know how to, what is it? Say that one more time.
How can you have a healthy relationship if you don't know how to articulate what you need, and how not to stand for things that are unacceptable?
Yeah, I was just talking about this to Goddess J today. I was just talking about this because this is something that I actually have been studying in psychology, because you guys know, before I, transition and becoming a psychologist, I'm going to college right now, getting my doctorate to be a psychologist. I was a counselor. I'm a certified counselor. And one of the things I used to tell couples when they would come to me about issues, or even single people when they would come to me about issues, I would tell them that it's not for you to run away in the very beginning, or to look like um you're being overtly too much, because we tend to overthink, like, dang, should I be asking these questions so soon? And I think it's important that you ask a lot of questions early on, so that you know what that person's where that person is in their life, honestly. So you start to ask certain questions. You don't have to do it so deep and heavy, or like you're pestering them or anything, but start asking certain questions just so that you know, are you in alignment with where I'm in alignment in my life? Are you in alignment with that? For the women and the men, I feel like before you even start dating, you need to start writing down your red flags, the things that you deem are red flags, the things that you will not settle for, you know, These are things that they are non-negotiables. This is something that you will not do or you will not deal with. You need to start writing those things down. And then keep a dating log. Keep a dating log. If you are dating someone, it's not weird to write certain things down. Oh, today we talked. This was good. This is what we talked about. Oh, we went on a date. This is what happened on this date. So that you keep a log so that you don't forget. It's really good too, so that you can basically with your partner or whoever you're seeing, you want to have a reciprocal relationship. So they might tell you something that they like. Write it down so you don't forget it. You know what I mean? Like these certain things are important. You need to put forth just as much effort as that man or woman is putting forth to spend time with you, to pursue you. So keeping a dating journal is very important so that if something comes up and you don't like whatever happened, you can go back and you can refer to that. I remember when such and such happened. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. And then you also need to make it a point where you're not going to compromise that. Because too many times as men and as women, we compromise certain things to be in these relationships, and then they turn out to not work out. Do not compromise. That's just what it is. 9 times out of 10, when you begin to compromise, later down the line, it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't
That's
work
so
out
true.
because guess what? You have put yourself into a mode of what someone else wants you to be. Now you're no longer being yourself. You're no longer being who you are. You get what I mean?
Facts.
So I'm happy you asked that question. But anyways.
No, I've
Yeah.
totally been there. I totally agree with you, Kelly. Like, it's so many times I can just think back when you were talking on times that I've compromised myself. Something made me uncomfortable, but I said, okay, well, that's just how that person is. And okay, I can deal with that. But it never set well with me. And it continued to disturb me. But I continued to say, well, I'm doing it for this reason or whatever. And then, things get ugly and it's like, whoa, you see it like, damn, that person showed me early. That sign was there early. And then, we don't look at it. But it goes back to what Starseed was saying about how can we be, I'm sorry, not Starseed, Melanated Harvest. How can we be in healthy relationships if we don't know what one looks like? So what do you recommend like that? It's something that we can say early on is like, red flag or danger when dealing with or out here dating.
Well, I've been in a healthy relationship, but he have relocated to another country. Shout out to him. We still talk. But I was in a healthy relationship, and of course, I was in a marriage for a very long time. And the thing about it is, if you've never seen a healthy relationship yet, it's going to be kind of hard to see certain things or to see certain signs, because what happens is in psychology, in our mind, we begin to take toxic behavior as being a normal thing because that's what we're used to, right? So we start seeing certain toxic things, but we're comfortable with it. So we settle with those toxic traits or those toxic things. A healthy relationship is reciprocal. A healthy relationship is somebody who is equally invested in you and you're equally invested in them. It goes both ways, okay? How to see red flags, if it's like you said, if it's something that makes you uncomfortable, then it's 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be for you. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with it not being okay for you. Practice a healthy relationship with yourself. That's facts. Right. And that's very important, like Godhood, because I always talk about one of the most important things is doing your self-work, doing your self-reflection, loving on yourself, and just getting into the frequency of I am enough, I am good enough, I am complete by myself. So to be in a healthy relationship is to be able, especially if you're a woman, I'm not even talking to the fellas in this aspect, y'all, I love to talk to y'all too, but if you're a woman, To know that you're in a healthy relationship is to know that you can rest in your femininity. You get what I mean? You're comfortable being in your femininity. A man will allow you that room and that space to just be you, to just be feminine, you know. He's going to be protective. He's going to be everything you need, and you'll be able to let your guards down and be happy, like, ooh, be you. You get what I mean?
Yes.
So that's how you can recognize healthy versus toxic. If it's something that makes you uncomfortable, if it's something where you don't, you're compromising yourself, or you got to second guess something, then 9 times out of 10 it's not for you, and that's okay.
Right.
Definitely.
I think my next question is, because I have the tendency to do that too, from making excuses to trying to ignore it to just trying to understand you and just be your woman. It's like, when do you lay down the law? Like, I can't keep saying
Early, sis.
because
You don't
it's
have to lay
true. Like,
down.
you see
The
the
thing about it
signs,
is,
and
you
you
don't
just be
have to lay
like,
down the law, and the only explanation that they need to know is that this is not going to work for me, right?
yeah.
As women, we have to stop compromising who we are, what we love, what we like. We have to
In the
stop
sake for the
compromising
sake of
that.
the relationship.
Men don't compromise it. They don't compromise it.
They don't.
So why should we? If they don't like how you look, if you look a certain way, kind of way, they're not going to deal with you. If they don't like the way you live, guess what? They're not going to deal with you.
Right.
So we have to start putting ourselves in that same mindset too. I mean, even the most bummiest dudes have high ass standards. Am I lying?
I believe that, but I believe at the same time, they, kind of, it goes back to what we were talking about, taking accountability and being like, okay, I'm compromising this, but this person may be manipulating me into thinking that everything is all good, because people are users and abusers out here, and you'll be in some unhealthy thing thinking it is healthy because the person is being manipulative.
Yeah, but see, that goes back to the thing of, remember when me and you were on the phone, Goddess J, and I was telling you how with me with dating, I'm patient.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I take my time to get to know somebody now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a rush,
Don't rush
you
it.
know? So you have to start being patient, talking, communicating, being open, being honest, being who you really are, and really watching how someone moves versus what someone says.
Cause
You get what I mean?
it's some smooth talking criminals out here, baby. And talk you right up out of some
And
things.
I also
Okay,
think
so
the honeymoon phase, the rose-colored glasses on.
that's real.
You don't want to see the bad because you only want to see the good. Like, I don't know. We need to start teaching
That's doing us
ourselves.
more
Like, I don't
damage
care
than
about that.
good. That's doing more damage than good,
Right. God has said exactly, it's an act of self-betrayal, that at the end of the day, you're going to be the one who that goes to sleep with you knowing you betrayed your own character, which in turn you build resentment. That's
That's
facts, God.
exactly okay, guys. You on point.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. When you compromise yourself, it's never going to end well because you're going to be sitting with that at night. When you go to sleep, you're going to be thinking about that, how you compromised yourself and how you went against yourself. And so, y'all know I got a little
And you know, for
toddler.
me,
I'll be right back.
I've been through so much, and because I'm such a giving person, I'm a loving person, I want to just give to everybody. I'm like, here, everybody can have it. So I've been taken advantage of a lot. I've been mistreated a lot. And for me, now I have to learn not to give so much of myself to others and to now start pouring back into me. And that is okay. It's okay to pour stuff back into you. You know, it's not selfish. And it's okay to not compromise. Your what you want, your standards, your belief systems are settled. It's okay to settle. And that's another thing that they teach us Black women.
Mhm.
They teach us to settle. Oh, you should just get with him because
He a
well,
good
you being
man,
too picky.
etc., etc.
Right, you being too picky. Oh, your standards are too high. But they're not telling Becky that her standards are too high. But they are quick to tell you, as a melanated woman, that your standards are too high because you want a provider. Doesn't have to be six figures. He don't got to make all the best money in the world, but he needs to be a provider. He needs to have ambition. Like when we
But
start
he needs to
mentioning
be
those sort of
masculine.
things, what you say?
I said he needs to be masculine.
Right, masculine. But when we start to mention those sort of things, our standards are too high, right? Uh-huh. Ooh. MD Revo, you so right. He said he said women should start making men build them empires before they get emotionally involved.
You
Y'all
know, that
sisters
used
need
to
to
be a
watch out for the
thing.
hotel pimps.
Well,
Ah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, key films. I'm telling you. What's your definition of a provider? We're gonna talk about that, MD. It's all about standing firm on your character, and that comes with knowing who you are. Facts. What is my definition of a provider? A provider can be so many different things. It's not just monetary, okay? Of course, you want someone who can take care of the family's finances, who is good with finances, but a provider is somebody who provides security for their family. A provider is somebody who provides protection for their family. A provider is somebody who plans for the future, who has a plan, who has a 5-year contingency plan, a 10-year contingency plan. They know kind of what they want. They know how they want the family to be structured. They have rules and regulations for the family, for their women or one man, if they have one woman, or women if they're poly. They have a full plan. They have structure. To me, that is a provider. It's so much more than just money, because a man could have money one day and be broke the next. But a provider mentality is going to create, an empire. A provider mentality is trying to build legacy. That to me is a provider. You know,
I
what would you
agree.
bring to the table if I'm the
yeah.
provider? We're not going to get into that because that sounds like some Kevin Samuels type stuff. I'm going to tell you right now what I bring to the table. I'm currently dating someone, and me and him can have that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me and the person that I'm seeing currently, you know, me and him could have that conversation, because I'm not, I've had too much YouTube drama. And so I'm not going to try to put too much personal me onto YouTube at this moment. But women should, I'm going to talk about what women should bring to the table. What is the definition of masculine? What is a true definition of masculine? I'm going to let the ladies answer that. A provider can be abusive. Yes, he can, but you got to see those in the very beginning. And when you see that in the beginning, you got to cut it off at the neck. So I'm going to let the ladies answer this. What do you think women should bring to the table?
Start C. You can go first.
Oh wow. Because I'm over here like thinking about my answer. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Um, because I feel like a lot of the times a woman has to match the man that she's with. So when it comes to status, when it comes to mentality, she has to provide at the frequency that he is on. Um, when it comes to success, when it comes to ambition, when it comes to his determination in life, she has to be able to provide that along with him to be his woman. Um, Yeah.
What you think, Melanated Harvest?
Okay, so I could sum that up. I feel where Starseed is going with that. Accountability, femininity. You know, those are all cornerstones of. Those are a couple of the cornerstones of what females need to bring to the table. We also need to bring compassion and understanding, support. Um, Go ahead, Goddess J.
No, you were doing good. All of those things. What I'm personally going to bring to the table is my nurturing femininity. You know, I have that gift to be very supportive, very loving. I am a natural teacher. I am a social worker by profession. So I do bring a lot of psychological stability to the relationship because I am very psychologically sound and I understand how to deal with things in a manner that most people don't know how to deal with them. So I feel like I bring that to the table. Besides my good looks, no, I'm just joking. But for real,
Exactly. That too.
no, I just bring fun. I bring adventure, and I'm gonna bring that balance because it's about the yin and the yang. You know what I'm saying? Women, we bring things that men just cannot bring. You know, we bring about that organization, that structure. Okay, like maybe he got a plan, but he just been waiting for the right queen to come along and help him, solidify that plan and help him, lay that foundation down. So, and I'm just going, I'm going to hold it down with the children too. Very good with children, very caring and loving. So I feel like we bring all of that to the table collectively.
So I'm not gonna say this is me, but what I will say is I agree with a lot of what the ladies have said. I think one of the big things that women have forgot and they have lost sight of was being a man's peace. You
Mm,
know,
Mhm.
yes.
being a place where when he comes home, his home is peaceful, it's calm, it's serene. He doesn't have to worry about all the major things that just happened when he was out grinding and hustling and doing all of these things. He's not your friend. He's not your homegirl. That's what I want y'all to understand.
Right.
So it's certain things that I feel like women need to have conversations with their friends. Certain things women should be talking to their homegirls about, not their men. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear what so and so did and all the extra stuff because, number one, as a black man, they have enough to deal with. You get what I'm saying? I know Goddess J looking at me like, what? I'm serious though. That's how I really feel. I
I'm
really feel
sorry.
like,
I just lately I'm like that's great, and we can beat all of that and still be the number one missing race out here. Like
yeah, but we
me,
not talking
somebody
about
can
that
say
right now.
all
We just
that.
talking
Okay.
about status quo. You got a good relationship. Your relationship is great.
Awesome. I'm gonna
There's
be
no issues.
optimistic.
You know what I mean? You are floating on cloud nine. Okay, this man is doing everything. Be your man's peace.
Okay.
You need to talk to your
I
homegirls
should.
about all the gossip. You know what I mean? All the stuff. Talk to your friends about that. That's what they are there for. Your man is not going to understand. Now, if you got an issue and a problem, that's a different thing. You get what I mean? He is your friend, of course. Y'all gonna have fun or whatever. But just certain things you should know, like the role of a woman, the role of a man, and just certain characteristics you should understand. Men don't like this, but women do. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
just be his peace. Be a place when he comes home, he can relax, he can chill, he can feel comfortable. Make sure he has a comfortable environment. After all, he is providing for the family. You know, don't stress him out with mundane stuff. Have open communication. Be honest, non-confrontational. You don't have to get attitude sisters because we can do that. Okay, we can snap real quick. We can do all the rolling of the necks and all the extras. You know, we can do that. But learn how to really openly communicate. Like, you know, it's ways to do it. It's ways to do it. I have
And
gotten so many, like, I've been in relationships that I've ended that could have actually gone severely bad or ended on horribly bad notes if I didn't know how to communicate right. You get what I mean?
Mhm.
So most of my exes want to come back. They do. But I don't go back. I don't go back. It
Right.
didn't work out for a reason. You said
Exactly.
men like strong women. Do not be pygmies, right, Key? Do not be pygmies. I'm gonna let you. Where's one of my admins at? Can one of y'all drop the link in the chat for Key to come and talk so Key can talk? Cause Key wants to talk. So you can come through
What is
and
the pick me? Because I've heard that so many times. Like, what is that exactly?
I was just
Yeah,
asking that
same.
question as well, and I don't really understand it either. So hopefully somebody can give us the answer to what a pick me is. But my phone is literally on 5%, so I'm about to hop out. I really appreciate you guys having this space and for inviting me to this space. And I'll definitely be in touch with all of you ladies.
you know I love you, girl. That's my girl
Peace
right
and
here.
love.
One
Thank you.
last
Thank
thing,
you.
Yes, it's
one last
nice
thing that I
meeting
wanted to
you.
just add. One last thing that I just wanted to add, as far as another thing that females need to bring to the table, is going to be emotional maturity. And I'm going to leave it, y'all, with that. And y'all tear that up.
Oh, that's
Emotional. Let me
good.
write that
Yeah,
down.
we touching on some things tonight, okay?
Can one of y'all,
Emotional maturity.
Starseed, do you have the YouTube up? Can you drop the link for him in the
Yeah.
studio? Can you drop it in the Can you
Gotcha.
drop it in the YouTube chat for him or her? I don't know if that's a male or a woman, but this is the. I will let you come on the Goddess Panel Circle, but it's for women. So, but if you're a man, you can still come and talk. That's cool.
Send the StreamYard, right?
Yeah. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Okay.
Post it right there so Key can come in. Everybody's not allowed. So if some of y'all strangers try to come in, I'm not going to allow y'all in, just letting you know. But Key, you can definitely come through. So Mika says she finna drop it for Key. But anyway, so I don't think we deviated off the path of why black women are not being protected. We were just getting some
Okay,
relationship
inside.
advice or whatever. What are some more reasons why you guys feel that black women are not protected? Here comes Key. Am I saying it right? Is it Key?
It's fine. It's Key or
Oh,
Q.
it is a girl. I love you. No,
Yep,
I didn't know
yep,
if you was a
yep,
girl or
yep,
not.
yep. And then
Hello.
I'm androgynous because I'm a lesbian, so I could give it to y'all both ways. And I came up here to help my sisters. And no, I'm not up here thirsty. I'm 50. I am done with dating. I like being alone, but I don't want to see my sisters suffer. So I came up here to give my sisters some advice.
All right.
Okay, and a pick me. A pick me is the majority of black women today. And y'all need to stop being like that because black women have held down the black race. You've done enough by just bearing black children. That black man came by way of a black womb. Okay?
Mm,
So
mm,
they
mm.
need to start respecting that. And the only way that they're going to be able to respect that is if you make them. My grandmother was beauty at all costs. Let me tell you. And she taught me, even though that wasn't my way, I saw her way. And guess what? She said if they didn't bring it to the table, they didn't get it. And that's what y'all need to be about. If they don't bring it, because what you're doing is lowering your bar. What are you worth? Self worth is everything. So if you're sitting out here, y'all like a lot of people are, a lot of women, black women out here are sitting like acting like y'all old black men something. No, these MFers owe you something, okay? Because y'all have
You better say
worked
that
for
again,
them.
Key.
Y'all have birthed them. Y'all have raised their children by yourselves,
Mhm.
struggling for child support, and they be like, welfare took black men out of the home. Cheetos took black men out of the home. All of these like propagandas. And let's just be honest.
Black
Our
men
black
left the
men,
home. We didn't take them out.
right.
They left.
Our black men are
I'm
not
trying
like
to let you get it out, but I got a question.
our black men are not like my great grandfather, who was a true black man. And he says that what is wrong with these young fellas? And so y'all need to know, and y'all got to raise y'all bar so they can raise theirs, or else. But go ahead, goddess.
Yes, thank you, Keith, for chiming in. I really appreciate you saying
Yeah.
that. I just had, I got to play devil's advocate a little bit, even though I agree with
Do
you.
it. I'm ready for
But,
all.
people will then, I just almost sometimes feel like we can't win, because when we do have requirements and when we do come and say, okay, well, what do you bring to the table? Then we're then viewed as you're a gold digger, you're money hungry, you know what I'm saying? Or,
And
oh,
you
you
can
just
stop
looking for
right there.
somebody to
Let
take
me
care
teach
of
you the
you.
game. You can stop
Huh?
right there, my little sister.
Okay.
Let me teach you the game.
All right.
There's an
Game.
agenda being pushed.
There's a
Because
what?
there's an agenda being pushed.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
We're in America, and then people forget that America is the land of what? The patriot, what is it? You have to be
Patriot.
patriarchal.
Patriots. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a patriarchal, which
Patriarchal.
means that the men are the ones who are leading. Yes.
Yes. Within
Yeah.
the
But
patriarchal
see,
society.
I'm an indigenous America. That's what QI means.
Me too. Me too.
Quigualtam Indian. I'm
Look,
a
feathers up,
descendant.
ladies.
Yep. I'm a descendant of a Mayan. So this land is
Ashe.
our land. And it was matriarchal, just like Africa was matriarchal from the beginning.
Okay.
From first dynasty all the way down to 25th dynasty, that hidden women history. Why do y'all don't ask where the women history is? Y'all gotta dig for that. They hide that
People
because they
like
don't want
Queen
y'all.
Zinga. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
they
Yep.
don't want y'all to know how great y'all are. And so
Mm.
I need my sisters, for the sake of my niece and those that come behind me, my grandmother's legacy, to know that y'all are great. Because,
Ashe.
everybody depends on black women. That's why there's an attack on black women today. So
Mm.
that's why I push sisterhood and I push women empowerment. Y'all don't need to be sitting up here trying to scratch our heads figuring out what you need to do for a black man. Y'all need to ask these black men, what can they provide for you? Because life is about generations, legacy, taking care of your children, passing the wealth, economics, all of that. And these Negroes today are not doing that willingly.
Mm.
That's
They
what
Mm.
I
are.
said before you even came on, Key. That was one of the things I said. Am I lying, ladies?
Nope.
No, you
They
talked
buy
about it.
gold chains, they buy cars, when they get a little wealth, NBA, NFL, rapper, who they go to? Not the sisters. They go across the board. And it ain't nothing y'all doing wrong. And that's they keep on, oh, well, this why. No, it ain't
Making
why.
excuses.
They are sellouts and they're self-hating people. And y'all need to know that and keep y'all stand. You know what? Like I said, I'm 50. And I was like, y'all ain't got to worry about me hitting on y'all. Cause I'm fine by even trying to date women, that's a struggle because of the simple fact that a lot of women are, emotionally disturbed because of the abuse that they have gone through for being.
True. True.
And so I'm fine. I'm fine. And y'all got to get to the point where you're fine. And like if you already have kids, then you got to, put your kids first, your children first, and the legacy first. Anything that you do should be for their legacy,
Right.
which is going to be your legacy. People are going to remember you by your children.
I agree. I
So
agree. She over here speaking straight facts. We're gonna take that wisdom, okay?
That's
Because
true.
I feel like that's something that we actually need. We need the wisdom. And it's very important that we listen to those that are older than us that can really tell us from their perspective. And that's why I always tell a lot of ladies, hey boo. That's why I tell a lot of ladies, like, go and listen to your aunties, your ancestors, your older people, your grandma, your great grandma, those kind of people, because they're gonna have some knowledge for you that's very important. You know what
yeah,
I'm
and a
saying?
lot of times they like my grandma, like me and her, we talked openly, and they like okay in their day and time they felt like they couldn't be as boisterous and open as we are today, so they submitted to a lot of things. But thank God they didn't submit, because they always like the feminist movement. But women should be feminists, because just like Maya Angelou said, what a feminist means is it's about time that I stand for my own rights. If you don't have rights, nor does your children. And let
Mhm.
me repeat that. If you as a black woman don't have rights, nor does your black children. Y'all have stood at the forefront when it comes to every black person, black man. So if you have no rights, how are you going to continue that? Black women outnumber black men.
I
Okay.
just said that, but yeah.
13, like the statistics back in the day was 13-1. I think the gap has gotten greater. So let's look at that on a voting level.
Right.
On a voting level, that means that black women politically run things. Shout out to Stacey Abrams. Notice that every time a black woman comes in power, they attack her. From Oprah Winfrey, from Stacey Abrams to what's that lady name? Kamala. What is it?
Kamala
Kamala
Harris.
Harris.
Kamala Harris. She be tripping about her
Mhm.
pronunciations. But I'm just saying, anytime a black woman stands in power, it's gonna be an attack. And a lot of times
Mhm.
those attacks comes from black men. And that is so sad, because that's a sign of self-hatred.
She's not man hating. She's empowering women. How can y'all say in your mind that she is man hating when she never said anything horrible? She's really
She
stating the
said
truth.
have standards.
She's
I'm
really
just speaking
stating
about
true
women
facts.
empowerment.
So because she's telling black women to be empowered,
Yep.
To
tell
Y'all
who
get
know
they
it.
are.
themselves
Pay
and to know their
attention. Pay
history.
And she
attention,
giving
sisters.
real knowledge and truth
Pay
that she's
attention,
a male
sisters.
hater just because
Pay
she's
attention, sisters. Pay attention, sisters, because to them, just like black women have always held down black men, but we've held down black men at the sacrifice of our own selves and our
and our
own rights.
children.
Right. And we have to stop that, because that's why I said there would be no black race without black women. How are you going to protect your children if you have no rights? And I'm saying all of this for a purpose and a reason. If you want to take down the black race, who do you take down? Not the black man, yet the black woman.
We
Mhm.
not battling men. We just stating facts. Like I don't understand
But
what.
see, but
How are
see,
you
black
guys getting
men are
so
Is
so
it
upset?
coddled.
is it
They're
insecurity?
coddled. They've been
MD
coddled.
Rebel said men are afraid of empowered women because he
Right.
won't be able to hide behind his lack of manhood.
Right. Exactly.
Period.
And then in
I
order
just
to
asked,
bring
is
them,
it insecurity though? Like,
yep,
are you
yep.
wrong?
It's insecurity. You're exactly right, sister. In order to bring them to the bar, you got to stand on your squares, sister, or else they're going to keep bringing you down and bringing us down as an entire black race.
Mm.
Yeah,
Because if
because
we stand, we can survive. If we stand, and I don't care what happens. And then I ain't gonna even get into that because like to get into the truth of about black men. Now they don't want me to do that.
Yes, I do.
Now I've been good. I'm about that women empowerment. I
No, I
don't
want
like
you to tell the truth.
I don't like bashing brothers, but let's just be
Okay,
truthful.
so disclaimer: we're not talking about all black men because we know some
Right,
good ones out there. We're gonna throw
right.
that disclaimer out, but I think it's so true that we have to start bringing,
Being honest and
yeah, being
truthful.
honest and bringing to the forefront of what really is going on with our brothers.
Yes.
Fellas, listen, we not bashing you. If you do not fall into this category, if it does not apply, let it fly.
Exactly.
But you know that saying, a hit dog will holler.
Oh yeah, holla
Yeah.
water sniper. I'm from back
And
in the day.
and I
Black
want to point out,
Conscious Fraud Committee. Water
Lord,
sniper.
go ahead.
He a
Go
Umar
ahead,
fan.
Starcy.
He a
and I
Umar.
want to
And
point out,
what? Umar
you
still ain't got no school.
Ah!
It's a shame.
and I want to point out, like you see how in the beginning he said that we wasn't listening, like, but when it comes to us telling our side and how we feel, there is pushback. Okay.
Like we're seeing right now.
That's propaganda. And they've been leading us with propaganda for the last 30 years. Well, I even say 50 years. Because, like, we haven't had a black leader since Martin Luther King. They want to say Malcolm and all of these great speakers. Yeah, they were great speakers, but who else put laws, passed laws besides Malcolm? So, and then women were behind Malcolm's movement, the civil rights era. You had Rosa Scott, you had a lot of people, even the Black Panthers movement. You have Angela Davis telling about the misogyny within the Black Panthers movement and how a lot of those women didn't get their true claim. No
Parents, we're
more.
not trying to hurt you or anything. I know it feels hurtful. We're not trying to do that. You know, we want you guys to really hear how we feel, how we really truthfully
But sister,
feel.
And I
they
want
like
to just point
pimping.
out,
They want to pimp. They look at. I'm for real, y'all. Like let's just be honest. In their minds, because we have let them escape for so many years, we have coddled them and given them pacifiers and made them weak.
spoiled them.
Yep, to the point that they think that we are weak. They think that we're easily manipulated. They think that they can run some propaganda out
No,
here.
we
They can
have
run
been
their
though.
agenda out
A lot
here.
of women, let's be honest and let's be truthful, because I've been there, and Goddess J can attest to this because she's been there too. We have been weak.
No,
We
we've
have
been
been
acting
easily
weak. We're not
manipulated.
weak. We're not weak. We're acting weak. You're
Right.
submitting, instead of standing
We're
up and
trying to
being
be
that mother
feminine.
bear.
We
Because just
have
being a
given off
mother,
we have given up our standards, like she said. We keep negotiating, we keep um acting on things that we know we don't want to accept in the name of
fact,
whatever.
and it's time to just be. It's trying like what you want, you can get, but you gotta stand on your square. How you gonna, you deserve a 10, but you settling for a 5.
Right.
And then
I
you
know
got
the brothers are getting mad, but listen, sorry fellas, the
you
truth is
got a
the
gay
truth.
man, you got a gay man out here talking about who's a high value man and telling
Ah!
women what to do. A gay man. I'll be right back. Let me refresh my drink.
She
No,
said
real
you got a gay
still,
man.
real
I just
still,
want to
and
point
he
out,
he got millions of views. That person she's speaking of got millions of views. So that shows you the alignment that they have to his ideology, that black male pathology. Y'all need to go check out her last video on black male pathology and just the alignment that they have to that person is sickening. Like, is that how y'all really think?
Right.
I have
Right.
two
No,
men.
I agree with her. And this is something that I, I don't know if she caught the very beginning of this, but I was saying like we have to have standards. We have to say this is what we're going to do, and we're not going to hold no exceptions for that. Because how many times have we been led down the path of destruction, right? When we let go of our standards. You know what I mean? When we start following men who have been coddled, we have breastfed on our literally breastfed these
Eating up
dudes.
all the children's cereal.
Right. Right. So it's like, I understand that not all men are like that, that there are good men out there, I like to think that I'm dating a good one right now. You know what I'm saying? But I just really feel like, that we have to really start having our standards, because men they have standards. Why can't we?
Yeah, and they push their standards on to women every day. Look at Kevin Samuels with his gay ass, and he don't even want a woman. Look at Crusty Dusty over there that bash black women every day. Y'all know who I'm talking about? Tom Tom.
Ah!
Look at you got them popping up every day. Oh, ugly, O'Shea. Look at Kwame Brown. He think he's sneaking
You
up
talk
through the
about
middle.
O'Shea? Don't do
But he
that.
got Karen over
Don't
there.
talk
He
about
dating
O'Shea.
Karens and
That's
stuff.
my friend.
He date Karen. He your friend. Like he
Do you
he
know how
cool.
long I've been knowing O'Shea?
Yeah, he cool with you. Yeah,
For
but
a very,
look at
very
what he's
long time.
promoting. Look at what he's promoting though, because
Yeah.
look at the statistic of black men, black women that are getting abused, that are getting killed, and black children that are getting killed, abused. Missing black women and children is an all-time epidemic, but nobody's talking about it.
Who's timing people out? Me? I'm not timing nobody out, water sniper.
Look at him. What a sniper, stop being a crybaby.
What's BWE?
We go way back, water sniper. Act right. We ain't bashing Umar now. Act right.
We not bashing nobody.
Water sniper gonna be water
It's
sniper. He been
always
water
like that
sniper for the
though,
last
and
10
we
years.
just
He around here trying to run the agenda. He is a part of the agenda promoting team. But he's a brother and we still love him. But water sniper, we see you, okay? We're no longer gonna coddle you. We want you to stand up and be a man.
facts.
I'm sorry. I love Keith.
With this,
Do it.
what she's saying is almost tying back to what Catalea has said before about how there's kind of this, well, women have been too masculine for so long in our households. We have spoiled our men and made them believe that they cannot stand in that role on their own and be the provider of their own households. And
You know what
so
I'm tired of, though? I'm tired of black women. I'm tired of us as a whole giving these men the title of king and all of these things when they don't got no kingdom.
Don't
You
own
know,
nothing. Don't control nothing.
when they're not providing
Menaces,
anything,
menaces of
That
when
society.
they
really
can't
hurt.
enforce any laws, rules,
Menaces of
regulations.
society. Look, for
and
real though, they menaces of society, and you can't sometimes blame society from wanting to lock them up or do or be rid of them because of their behavior. Let's just be honest. Y'all stop this dysfunctional hood behavior, and then maybe people will look at you like you deserve something. But y'all promoting this hood behavior, y'all killing each other. Just by I'm gonna diss my dead homies. Big homie got y'all out there on the corner selling drugs. Then y'all go get Ricos, get life
And they killing
imprisonment,
us.
all
Look,
this
they killing
stuff.
us.
Yeah,
Ladies,
that ain't
they
us.
are
That's
killing us.
y'all. That's y'all. That's y'all making the black race look bad. Y'all are a detriment to the black society. For real. Stop it.
I mean, not all. Not all of them.
Not all of them. The good ones, no. The
Yeah,
good
you
ones,
can
no.
go ahead. Give forth the link. Fort can have the link.
Yeah, come on up here. Let's debate.
And so I think my question now
I
is, how do we fix
Look,
it?
I want the
How do
smoke.
we
Let them up. Let
wait a
them up.
minute,
Let
y'all.
them
Wait a
up.
minute. Star C, let her say something, please.
All
That's
right.
true, King Lit. King Lit. King
Let them
Lit
up,
is
y'all.
speaking
I want
facts.
the smoke. I
King
want
Lit, you
it.
speaking some facts. I gotta put this up there. But go ahead. What was you saying? Everybody got quiet.
If
Oh,
they
we
got
was
problems,
reading the
let them
comment.
up. Let them up. I debate all. I don't run from a debate. Come to the panel. I got
Hey,
you.
let's do it.
This is
Let's
not.
do it.
This
do
is
it.
not
Let's
to
do
go.
it.
I
got
really
my
want to understand
drink.
the pathology behind things and not just really sit up here and have like this great debate. Let it be something that we really build on and can, like somebody that's gonna come with some actual
Don't be coward.
intellectual material.
Key said, "Don't be coward."
Don't be talking in the chat. Bring it. Come on the panel. Let's discuss this.
There go the link. There you go. All you got to do is click on the link. Come on.
Cheetos took black men out of the home.
Who said we took black men out? We didn't take black men out
I
of the
said
home.
They had to
Cheetos. I
go.
said
They
Cheetos.
left.
Chico, we didn't take black men out of the home.
No, Cheetos, the chips. Cheetos.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, because you know they've been reading that Moynihan report,
That's
and it's saying that
propaganda.
Moynihan report,
That's
that black
propaganda.
women took black men out of the home.
They said welfare, but then y'all know y'all like
That's
be
not
around
true.
projects.
We had to get on welfare because y'all left the home.
But they
You
live
didn't
in
have
there
no
too.
income.
That's why the projects are wild, because there are a lot of black men still in the projects.
True.
Okay, so black men didn't
There
get
go
taken
the
out of the
link.
projects and didn't
Look,
get
he
taken
coming.
out of the home.
Okay, Sky Divine, whenever you come up, we ready. Okay.
Click the
Here go
link.
Revo.
QI is ready for the smoke. Okay.
What's up, Revo?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's up? I don't know if his connection is going in and out.
It's
I
dark
can't
too. I
hear him
can't
either.
tell.
Okay. He frozen.
Drop out and come back in, because you're body.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Drop out.
Okay, now we can hear
I can hear you.
Hear me.
Yeah, I
now.
can hear you now. Bring it.
Okay. Back on, but
Breaking up.
we.
Can y'all hear him?
No, he breaking up. Your
Hey,
internet is not working too good.
MD Revo, drop out and come right back in.
Yeah, his StreamYard is not working too. I mean, his link is not working too good. Who else wanted to come up? It was somebody else who wanted
Come right
to come
back,
up.
MD Revo. I would really want to hear what you got to say.
Who was it? Was it Fort Long who wanted to come up?
over there.
One of y'all did.
I said you locked and loaded over there.
Always. This been me since 95? Black Conscious Fraud Committee.
Hobson, we not saying that your man gotta have an empire.
Bring it to the panel. I don't care nothing about no chat. Bring it to the panel. Let's have a discussion.
Hobson loves him. My man, why is he my king?
And I'm not no rude. I'm an intellectual. I like to hear other people's perspectives. So I'm gonna let you say what you got to say. I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay, so when I said we got to stop calling these men kings who don't have a kingdom, I'm saying if you're not building something, if you're not building legacy, if you don't have a future plan, a contingency plan, if you don't have a mindset to where you want to build up your children and your children's children, and you want to operate and have businesses and just be of service, of substantial
And then Hobson Love, we can't speak on your man. Only you can speak on your man. Don't bring your man to the table for observation and judgment. Because maybe we weren't talking about your man. No,
MD, we can't hear you, bruh. Maybe you should take the video off and just only put the voice.
Put your headphones in or something.
Yeah, his picture is
Okay,
creepy.
okay, now you working. Why you dark though?
Because I really want to hear what you got to say. I got a feeling it's going to be a good debate.
I'm back.
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
back. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can
Yeah,
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
All right.
All right. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, you got the floor.
You
Bring
can-
it.
Just
got
click the
floor.
StreamYard link, Cops
Okay,
and
check
Love
it
is
out.
right. Sky Divine posted it.
So it is just want to clarify. What'd you say?
Nothing. We listening.
Now.
Okay, can you hear me though?
Now we can.
You
You
going
took the
in and out, but we can hear you.
I think you got to take the camera off
Hear me?
and just put on only on the
icon.
Can anybody hear me?
Only on the mic, so that we
I don't
can
think y'all
actually
can hear
hear you, because it's not working with your video camera.
Let's hear what you got to say. Let's see if we can hear you.
Go ahead.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, everybody breaking up. I can't hear no.
So sorry.
Ooh.
Next, who else want to come up? Because I'm so sorry, MD. You gonna have to get your Wi-Fi together.
Since you got your icon up.
Can you hear me?
Try again.
Okay, yeah. Now
Let's
we
see what
hear
you got
you.
to
There you
say
go,
now.
MD.
Bring it.
Now we can hear you, MD. Go ahead.
Am I coming in clear or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're good.
Clear or not?
We can.
We said yes like 4 times.
Come on,
we
man.
hear you.
Oh,
Do you
lose
hear
that
us?
internet connection.
I know what I'm getting MD for Christmas.
Better
Wi-Fi.
What you got to say?
You can hear me.
Yeah, just talk. We hear you. Go ahead.
So QI.
Oh.
Now you want to break up.
I'm just trying to ask what.
Can y'all hear him? Because I can't.
No, he breaking up.
I don't know.
Now you breaking up.
All black men are not kings, Hops and Love.
What she said about the agree.
She said my man represents the black man, and all black men are kings. Just many of them don't know it because they're damaged and poisoned. All black men are not kings.
Y'all act like black women didn't go through slavery. Okay? Y'all act like slavery was exclusive to black men. So how you gonna say that and then not uphold black women in any kind of way? So that's BS to me. If you're not saying black kings and queens, then that's irrelevant. And I don't even like the queen title because queen means hoe.
What?
Facts. Say it again.
Queen means hoe. I'm an empress.
It really does. If you go and you look at the origins of queen, that's why I always say goddess. Now, you don't rarely hear me say the term queen. Very rarely.
If you create, you're a goddess. So if you create life, you're a goddess. If you create anything, you're a goddess. You're a god or a goddess. If you create,
I thought these brothers was gonna come on here and really give us a run for our money. I was waiting.
That's what we need. We need like a masculine.
I want it though. I want it. I love to debate. God,
what brave soul is gonna come forward?
Get your internet connections
you
together.
You gotta sit in the hot spot.
Debate QI. Come on, debate QI. QI is waiting for the debate. QI is bored. I'm not bored. I'm gonna start dogging y'all until y'all come up here and debate me. Y'all ready?
Okay, there go Revo again.
All right, y'all got me here.
Oh, yeah. That is way better.
All right.
Okay, that's way better. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said that's way better.
I know I had to switch up the phones. I was on the computer. Okay, so
all right.
Okay. All right, so let me say this.
All right.
I'm not I'm not totally disagreeing with nothing what y'all saying. What I'm saying, what I want to be able to say is that black women need to start really holding the black male accountable for who he is as a person.
Mm.
And when she said about building, about every man is not a king, and that is absolutely right. Every man isn't a king. And I think a lot of times what black men do is they try to put themselves in every black male's category instead of, like, so they'll get mad. So when you say like, hey, the black women don't need the black man or whatever like that. There's some black men that's like that. A lot of women, I feel like, is just speaking on their own personal experiences, and they want to be able not to continue to sacrifice their life over some crazy stuff that's not going to benefit their life.
Salute.
So a lot of times when you tell a man up front, which I would enjoy that, a lot of times you tell a man up front, like, look, this is what I'm going to need, this is what I'm going to have, because a man is going to tell a woman up front what he wants.
Right.
So
Didn't you
when
say that? You said that.
Real men can take it. You know, real
Right.
men can take a woman coming to him and saying, look, I need XYZ before you step over this throne. If you care about
I said that.
you're gonna do that.
Yes, that's that's very important. A lot of times, I don't know if y'all been in those type of relationships like this, is that when you get with somebody, it's like he just start doing the husband shit. That's the curse.
My grandmama said, and I don't even date men. My grandma told me, she said, if a man want to help you, he automatically gonna do it. You don't even have to ask him.
Right.
So it's just like, that's what, and I take that to heart, and I pass that on to sisters. That's compliments. My grandma just passed last month, and I'm bringing y'all this knowledge, compliments of a beautiful queen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and another thing I want to be able to add too is that a lot of times I feel like the man needs to earn certain things that he gets from the woman.
He needs to earn everything, because a man don't respect.
Didn't I tell you that, Goddess Jay, today?
A man never respects what he doesn't earn.
Right. That's one of the biggest things, because what happens is, this is just what I feel. I feel like when you start spoiling him too soon, he turns into a baby. You become like his mom.
And they don't respect you.
Right,
when you sit there
right.
and you just give them everything, they're not gonna respect you.
Right.
You gotta, they want to know they got something.
Right,
I'm a lesbian,
right.
So I want, it's like I ain't even no fucking lesbian no more. But then anyway, when I was, it's like you want to know that you got something. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to know that you got, like that it's some past. Like somebody who easy to anyone, somebody that anyone can have. So you gotta, so you gotta, be on your square. Because if you're not on your square, they're not gonna respect you. And that's why I came up here to talk to my little sister.
Right. I'm here to talk to the sisters too, but on a male perspective that may be different.
But I wanted to know what you didn't agree with, though, MD.
Well, the part, I mean, I agree with something. The thing that I feel like is that I feel like y'all can't just say like males in general. I think you have to individualize it.
Do you know how many times I said not all males
right.
Yes, like how many times do we gotta say that?
I know. Hold on a second. Let me finish.
And MD, the reason we have to say males in a broad perspective is because when y'all be in them barbershops, when y'all be on the corner talking, when y'all be talking to y'all homies, y'all don't correct them. And that's bad. And that's why they think it's okay to do what they do, because y'all don't correct them. Because
see, when you said that, right?
You're a good man, but you gotta also lead the generations, because y'all letting big homie out there who be putting drugs in their hands, telling them to sell drugs, telling them to go do drive-bys, telling them to do all these bad things, be the authority. But we need more real brothers to step up to the plate and to tell them the truth. So that's why we say all, and we know it's not all. We know some of y'all good, but at the same time, if y'all gonna sit there and be silent, then hey,
then you part of the problem.
Same category.
Well, okay. Let me say this. When you said, because you just said y'all in the barbershops, so that's kind of like really associating. Like if I could look at that from a different perspective, I could look at it like, okay, you associating me with other people when I'm my own separate person. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but you do have influences. You can influence.
But at what point? Let me give you an example.
I might be misreading you because you have stepped up here and been honest.
Right.
And so maybe I'm not talking to you, but I'm talking to them other brothers out here who won't step up like you and tell the truth.
Right.
So
right.
you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to see where you fit into the equation,
Right.
and then you got to say, I understand. Because, you know, like we have to talk to the mass because we can't call everybody by name. You get it?
Right. I can understand that.
And we trying to get brothers to step up.
But it's
That's
difficult.
cool.
It's difficult to a certain degree when you say that a man should tell another man what to do. Now let's just say, for instance, just say Star Seed, whatever, right? Just use this as an example. Just say me and her was like together on something, right? We was building some empires, we had kids and everything. And I seen a man in a barbershop talk about his woman or whatever like that, or something he's doing wrong. I may not interfere like that because I have my own family and my own empire I'm building. Because once you start telling another man who you barely even know what he should do and he can't do this and all that,
you don't have to do that though. You can say, hey, brother, I was overhearing what you had to say. Let's talk. This is my perspective on it.
Even that, see, when that would sound like the righteous thing to do. But the fact that he mistreats his woman, he's going to have a different mentality where he's not going to understand that respect right there.
But see, there you go. Right?
But you don't know if he do, though. You don't know if he will or won't. You don't know until you say something and try.
Well, then I would have to ask myself too is, if I know that this could be a possible outcome, do I sacrifice what I have with my family over here to try to solve an issue with somebody who I don't even know?
Hey, bro, I'm just being righteous. I'm just gonna tell you the righteous things to do. I know you may or may not respect what I'm saying. I'm just telling you out of love. You know, hey, bro, if I was you, I wouldn't do it that way. This is why I wouldn't do it that way. But much love, and I'm gonna leave it up to you, bro.
Okay. It's all that. And one thing I wanted to say too is that when y'all was saying earlier about what a woman is supposed to be to a man and all those things, I think really I don't think it's something that you have in your own toolbox, so to speak. I think it's something that you have to look at the guy, and you have to be able to see some type of something in him for the future, or he needs to be working towards whatever he needs to be working towards. And then you have to ask him specifically what is it that he needs. I don't think you can go in and just be like, okay, I feel like you need this. I think it will be like, what do you need in order to be a better man to me? What do you need to be a better man to yourself? What do you need in order to be a better example or a better role model of righteousness to the community that we live in or to our children and things like that? How can I help in that aspect?
So let me ask you this, MD, because since we have you on here, we get the male's perspective.
Yes.
I want to know, do you feel like Black women are as protected as they need to be?
Hell no. Nowhere near.
And why?
I believe it's because the Black male now, he doesn't respect the woman's intellect and her intelligence. He doesn't understand that the Black woman is sitting on the throne with him as his advisor. Right? So when a black man is out here in the world, before he does things, in my opinion, he's supposed to go to his woman and get her perspective. Be like, yeah, I'm about to go down here on the block, or I'm about to go do this, or I'm about to open up this business. What you think about that, Queen? What you think about that? He's supposed to go to her because she's going to be able to look at every single thing that may go wrong and tell him the right thing to do. And if he's not in his ego, he's going to listen to that. And that's just going to make it stronger. But by him not understanding that, yeah, they don't have any protection like that because.
But see, bruh, one of the problems we have today is we have a society of weak Black men who are pushing a propaganda strongly on the internet, which is mass appeal to abuse and to kill, damage, abuse Black women. Right. That's our problem. And then if you notice, because they be talking about Cynthia G is reacting to those abusive black men, but they don't get it.
Right.
You
Right.
know, that all they get is the reaction versus, you know, what they did. Because
Right.
you got
That's the right.
Sammy, you got Kevin, you got all these people out here. Nobody has anything to say. And that's my point. When it comes down to them, nobody has anything to say. You don't see their names in the title. You don't see people going against them. But then when it comes down to Cynthia G, who like, okay, look, I, consider y'all dusty. Y'all not protecting us. If y'all not protecting us, we're not gonna protect you.
That's
Then
true.
they
That's
got a
happening.
problem.
Azen said they do ask their women for their advice.
Yeah. You know what I
I
mean?
got a question for
So,
MD.
Yes.
So are you doing your due diligence in your role in protecting the black woman?
Amen, sister. Come
Okay.
on, my
Okay.
little
Let me
sister.
answer that.
I just want to know, because you
I'm going to
on
answer.
the panel, you coming to bring your opinion. I want to know, do you have a woman in your life? Are you doing your due diligence to protect the family?
No, it's not closed. Y'all could come up. I have up to 10 people. Up to 10 people can come. So post a link for them. Go
Let's
ahead.
do it. Let's do
Answer
it,
the
I
y'all.
just
Let's
question.
want to
do
know.
this
I just not to
conversation.
come at you no kind of sideways,
No, I'm
but I
not.
want to know
Yeah,
who
he
I'm
good,
talking
sis.
to.
I'm
He
about to.
good, guys. He
I'm
good,
about to
guys.
answer it for you. Can I answer
Press
your
him.
question?
Press him.
Can I answer a question? You can press me like that. I don't trip. I ain't trip.
Okay,
I
go
ain't tripping
ahead.
like that. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Right now, currently, no. Right now, I'm in a situation where I feel like the way my life is going, I need a queen, and I have standards. So,
Okay, so why do you feel like you need a queen?
because I feel like this. For one, I have a child, right, that I have full custody of because his mother abandoned him.
Okay.
Right. So I've been a father for like 7 months, and this boy's been alive for 4 years. So it was a situation where I found out because he has autism. So long story short, he did blood work, blah,
So
blah,
you
blah.
need some help.
Find out, right? So, but now, so in my life right now, I just can't have just anybody around me and him. It's just me.
Because you need some help. But see, you know what? You see how God, I ain't even no religious person. I ain't even no religious person, but you see how God works.
Yeah.
It took your child to make you realize that how much you needed a woman.
And I knew, but check this out though. I knew that already prior to him, right? I felt like this. This has been my problem in relationships. My problem in relationships has been because I feel like as a male, I can go as high as I want to be able to go where I want to do. But I don't think I can go as high as I'm supposed to go without the woman. That's my belief system. Right? That's why I feel like she add things to that.
Nah, bruh. But see, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, because I got an uncle in your same situation. I got to save his ass.
Right.
But you know, like when he was at his plateau, you know, he was out here like even abusing his sisters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now his own children have stuck him in the nursing home. And guess who the only person who can get him out and who was willing to get him out is?
Probably a woman, right?
Me.
You. Okay, you're a woman. There you go.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say.
What is that
Y'all
noise? Is somebody making clicking sounds?
Negroes
Hold up.
sometimes don't realize. We've been saving y'all asses and y'all don't need us.
No, I'm not saying some men feel like some men feel like they don't need the woman, yet they keep saying like, oh, the woman don't want us. So I don't understand that.
I feel like you kind of danced around my question though.
No, I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer it. I was just getting right back to you. I was getting right back to you. Guys, this is what I'm saying. What I'm doing is this.
Paris, do you have something to say?
I do have something to say, but I think the topic might have passed already.
Okay, what you got to say? Let's hear it, and then we're going to go back to Goddess J and MD Revo's question, because we want him to answer that question. But go ahead.
MD, mute your mic in the meantime, though.
Okay.
So earlier you were talking about how the black man isn't protecting the black woman, and I 100% agree with that. But I think it's something that has to do with something mentally that happened to the black man in the last 100 years, because We've never seen that not happening until now. And I don't understand fully how we can talk about this subject but not talk about the circumstances surrounding the black male in these circumstances. With a lot of what's going on, we don't really have one clear evidence what we can do, what we should do, or how we should do it. Because every time we say something, or at least try to bring up a topic, maybe it's not all women. I'm gonna say that first and foremost, men get shut down and get called, said they're mansplaining. And even sometimes when they try to ask a question, a genuine question, like what can we do to be better? How can we support you? That question has something that hasn't been answered for like 40 years, if you ask me.
You know what? I agree with your perspective. And I understand like all the things that black men have been through, the level of systematic oppression and all of those things. But the thing that I want to bring to the forefront is black women have been through those same things. But why is it the fact that we've been through those same things and you see us taking larger strides than a lot of our male counterparts, right? So then what does that mean? You know, you have to start asking yourself those questions as well. You get what I'm saying?
Y'all willing bucks. Y'all want to be bucks. Y'all willing bucks. Because if you don't step up and you let a woman take a lead and you're letting women be stronger than y'all, y'all are willing bucks.
Why is that a problem, letting women be stronger than us?
Can I chime in real quick?
Did he really say that? But
Yeah,
go ahead,
I did.
Go ahead.
Because
in reality, I personally feel like it starts with us as opposed to the men, because we birthed the men. And a lot of the mothers damage the men, and then us women, we expect for these men to just be our saviors or to be protectors. But
correction, my sister. We don't damage them. We do the best we can, because when children are born, they're not born with one parent. They're born with two. So they're born with a mother and a father. And so if a father runs out, I don't care if he's in the home, out of the home, he can still raise his child. So it does not fall on the woman.
But why does trying to get my point that I was trying to get to is that
go ahead, sister.
We have a expectation from these men, but when will we hold the mirror in front of ourselves and put it in front of ourselves? Because we can't say that we birthed
the mirror we have never been able to drop the mirror, because everything is blamed on the women. Have you not?
I understand. I understand that. Let me make myself a little bit more clear. I'm mainly speaking towards maybe my generation. I'm 28. And the men of my generation, unfortunately, a lot of them, whether their fathers were there or not, they are more, my son is more clingy to me than he is to any man. Like it doesn't matter father or not. He's more clingy to me. He wants to be up under.
But what child is not going to be more
my daughters want to be up underneath their dad. My daughters would rather go with their dad. My son would rather be with me. And sometimes we get a lot of these men that grow up with more feminine tendencies than they do with masculine tendencies. They don't really, their dad is telling them things that they don't want to hear, as opposed to their mother would be like, oh, go ahead and let them do it. It's okay. Go ahead and let them do it. So, and we do it in relationships. We excuse the bad behavior until we can't take it no more. So, and then we get all wrapped up in, well, why is he doing this? And why is he doing that? But we continue to allow it. It's standards that we don't set for ourselves because we don't feel worthy. And the same thing with men who are on the level that we are on. We have men that are on our frequency who are seeking women like us, but for some reason we attract men that are on a different frequency. We attract those men who need mothers, and those men who are like us attract those women who need fathers. They seem to attract women who need a lot of guidance, not just somebody who they can build with, but they have to guide them through life in general. And the same thing with men.
Why he leave? Come back, Fort Law. I was just about to let you speak. Come back.
My child's
And,
father, it was like I was his mother.
and I'm gonna
And
respond
then
to
I got in
you,
a
my
relationship with a
sister.
man, and I felt like he was my father in a sense because he had more direction than I did. So then instead of me trying to follow his lead, I began to, feel like, oh, he's better than me. I can't compete with him. I can't get on his level. So how do we fix that?
It starts with self, because everything that you're saying all points back to yourself and what you thought. It's not reality, it's what you thought about yourself.
Excuse me.
If you think that you're less than because you don't maybe have the glam and the glamour of everybody else, or you have been taught that, a man is better than you, then that's where you're going to be. Because he who teaches the child first runs that child. So whatever you've been taught. And so, like, everything that you said came from your upbringing. So what you got to do is, because colonization, let's talk some pro-black. Let's talk some black power, right? Colonization is mental. It's mental. And there's not just white supremacy, there's male supremacy, there's all kinds of supremacy. No one wants to be a slave. So how do you become sovereign? With your mind. So you got to let go of that programming that you've been taught. And
Okay,
that's
y'all,
what
we gonna let Fort Law speak real quick.
I still want to answer Goddess J question too.
You gonna say something?
And
Fort
I
Law,
wanted to shout out
Tony
Hops and
Hobson?
Love on here. Thanks for coming through. Shout out to Hops and Love.
Okay, so go ahead, MD.
Okay, I mean, when she said like, what am I personally doing? I think what I personally want to do.
I'm still here. I'm just about to light up this bliggity, but go ahead.
Okay, what I really wanted, I really want to be in a position to heal the woman's trauma. That's like my main focus. I think
you're
that
a psychiatrist.
I think like a lot of black women come into relationships with traumas on them that they don't even realize that they have.
So black
I think,
men don't.
can I finish? What you say?
I said, so black men don't have traumas?
No, we have traumas too, but listen, I'm talking about the black male who has healed his own trauma. See, like so she asked me something specifically, personally to myself. So I'm not going to
Okay.
include other black males.
Yes, my question was, are you
building.
actively contributing to ensuring that black women feel safe, which is the topic at hand that we are discussing, how black women feel unsafe. So in your current state, in your past state, have you done your role to ensure that you're not contributing to the problem?
Yes, I have.
Can you give us an example?
I'll give you an example.
Be more specific.
If I can speak, yeah, I'll give you
You have the floor.
All right, so what I did was, you can look it up. I started a nonprofit organization that empowers, protects, provides, and educates females in the arts. It's called the Revolute Group. If you go on my YouTube channel and look at some of the things that I talk about, I really hold black men hella accountable for how they treat black women. That's all evidence right there that's been going on for like a couple years. Personally, in my life, I'm a writer, so I shoot movies. So I done wrote movies that empower women in itself. It's called The Daughters of Hustle. So that's more evidence. Now, as far as like my individual contact, one of the reasons why I'm on this panel with you right now is because of how I am, who I am. I feel like I just give a different perspective on how to be able to do things, because the old ways are not working right now for the males. I think right now, the way we're going into the world, I believe more power should be given to the woman. I believe the original power was the woman, which is why the man has to bow down to the woman and ask her to marry him. The only time a man gets on his knees is to pray, is in defeat of a war, or to take a wife. So you know what I'm saying? So the thing is like, we need to really get back to that, but also being able to for males to be able to understand the intellect of the woman. Don't get blinded by how she physically looks. Look more deeper into her soulful self and be able to look inside her and find out beautiful things about her that she may have covered up. And it takes a special type of dude to be able to do that. To be able to look at his woman and be like, you know what? You over there making clothes, you making sketches on a notebook paper. Like once you get into fashion design, just don't say get into fashion design, push her into getting fashion design. The man, I feel like the way the world is progressing now, I feel like the man should empower the woman so strong to be even more powerful than him. Because once the man dies, or once
We
something
can't
happens to the
depend
man,
on that though, bruh. Cause y'all
I'm
have
not
let
saying
us
depending
down.
on it.
We can't depend on. We can't wait for that.
I don't
Nobody's
know if y'all can hear
wait a
me,
minute.
but I'm gonna
You're
go
not
out
waiting
and
for
I'm gonna come
anything.
back in.
You're
I'll
not
be
waiting
right
for
back.
anything. It's being in a relationship with a man that's empowering you daily. Like I said, if just say I've been go jump to God is Jay. Just say I seen her doing some social work, right? And I'm like, you know what? You should have your own social work, like independent business and everything, because how you get down. That's me looking inside something that she has as a passion and helping her achieve that, helping her build her own empire in that.
But you saying some stuff that people would say all the time, but you know it never comes to the forefront.
That's not. I'm not speaking on them. I'm talking about myself.
We get tired of hearing the same speech.
Well, I'm talking about myself.
Day,
She asked me
no
specific questions about myself. This is about myself. It's not. I don't include me into what other black males are doing. I'm excluding myself on purpose. So I'm my own person. So I'm talking about my own self as far as what I would do, because that was the question that was posed to me. What am I doing? What I will do? How am I protecting
But see,
the black
you
woman?
said well, what you do, but then if you're not teaching other brothers or young men to do it, then it's null and void.
No, it's not null and void. Because my responsibility is to myself first. It's not to some imaginary males that's out here in the world.
Our responsibility, just like they're always blaming women for the sake of black mankind, our responsibility is to our blood and to our race. So
my responsibility is to myself first.
If it's not generational, if it's not legacy, then it means nothing. It means
it's to my legacy first. It's not to skip. Wait a minute.
It means nothing that you alone may become rich.
No. Hell no.
I think she
hold
means
on now.
No. I'm not going to skip over myself to go help somebody else. I'm going to perfect myself and my woman and my children first. Before I'm not going to step over them and go talk to nobody else. No, I'm going to take care of that's what I'm talking about.
So that's you can't be selfish and
that's first and foremost. So until my situation with my woman and my children is the way that it's supposed to go, and we are cool with that, and we're moving, then I will be able to help people that I come in contact with. But also, the problem is when you talk to black males, they don't want the same way they don't want to listen to y'all. They don't want to listen to another man tell them what to do.
You got to know what you're talking about. And
even if I come to them in a respectful, I've done it before.
So
I've done it so many times. I have a youth program that I run right now where I'm mentoring young boys, right, in Florida, in Tampa. I sit down with them and I talk to them, and they do have problems with it. And then when their fathers come around, their fathers kind of like have problems with it too, because they start looking at like, oh, I'm teaching their kids something that they don't want to teach them. So when I'm
MD Revo,
yes.
MD Revo,
yes.
Would it be, based on what you're saying, would it be safe to say that we need to categorize black men, and we need to say that, you know, we need to just put them in a box, put a check mark or label beside?
I think what you need to do is label them as the unrighteous and the righteous.
So you got to start. You got a program. So your program should check a mark saying unrighteous.
Unrighteous and the righteous. Yes, the unrighteous and the righteous, because black males are not all the same. They don't all think the same to be in a category, put in the circle.
And we need to start categorizing. We need to put check marks beside their name.
Yes.
We need to start, and then we don't need to be mad about the menaces to society going to jail, because some men need to be in jail.
Right, I agree.
And what do you have to say, Sky Divide? Let Sky Divide speak.
So do we hold back those in our community that have not caught up to us? Because in that we are saying that we are going to segregate ourselves from the unconscious. I mean, not the unconscious, but from the unrighteous and the righteous. We're going to segregate ourselves. So how do you tell somebody is unrighteous in 5 seconds?
Oh, damn! I got 5 seconds. Damn, that's kind of.
I say righteousness is inert. Righteousness is within you from birth.
But I
Is she
say
talking to me or is she
5
talking to her?
seconds. The reason why I say 5 seconds is because we come across like us right now. We jumped on here within 5 seconds. You jumped
Right.
on here.
So you asking me the question or you
On here.
asking other
So
ladies
how
the
do I
question?
know that in these 5 seconds of me jumping on here and having a
You
conversation,
don't know. You don't know
that
unless you're a
you
seer.
are righteous just because you are speaking? What
You're gonna
actions have
know.
you
Well,
shown?
you're gonna know. You're gonna know righteous. You're gonna know righteous by consistent in behavior.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so what's the behavior
what
we need to
behavior?
look for?
That's what I'm asking.
Okay. What you
Yeah, I
say?
got you. I see where
What's
you're
the
coming
behavior
from,
we need to
Sky.
observe to know if
Can we
somebody
have
is
a can
right?
we have a
Tell us
female
what to look
perspective
out
and
for,
a
bro.
male perspective though?
Can I
Tell
answer the
us what to
question?
look out for.
Can I answer the question?
Take
Let
it
me answer
away.
the question. The behavior that you look out for. First of all, if a man calls himself a nigga, you need to run. That's the first thing. Because nigga is a mentality. That means he has a warped mentality. You're going to be his bitch or before you be his queen. So that's the first thing I would tell a woman. If I had a daughter, I would tell her that. The next thing I think you should look for is that when you meet the man, he's really consistently asking, what do you want to do with your own life? Like, what are you trying to do? Not what I need you to do for me. No, what is it inside yourself that you can't get accomplished? And I'm going to help you build that shit every day.
That's right.
That's the beginning part. Once he starts, he don't even look at your physicality. No, he ain't trying to be like, if you're going out on a date, he got like go on a date, be like, hey, what's up with the fashion design? You still gonna do? And he's gonna get mad when you're not working on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's gonna choose working on your empires before he just worry about pulling your panties off your hips. That's what I'm talking about, righteous and unrighteous. Because the righteous man, I feel, he has an abundance of unconditional love inside. He's so secure in his manhood that he doesn't mind empowering his woman. The
But then I
unrighteous
want to
don't want to
say this
empower his
too,
woman.
though, as playing devil's advocate and speaking
Right.
truth, right?
Okay.
What I want to say is what you said is true, but also I feel like men should have standards just as much as they preach that women, you know, should have the same respect for herself. I think that men should definitely not just, ask any woman. I'm not saying you're saying that,
Right.
but I'm saying men shouldn't definitely ask any woman, be like, oh, well, what do you want? Let me help you build that. Not just any woman deserves that too,
But
especially when you're a righteous man.
Right.
You have to be able to gauge that too as well on your end. I think the problem is that both men and women have taken on the male and female mentality, and they're not really operating as men and women. Like, both need to respect, love, and honor themselves equally, and they both need to ask themselves those same questions, because if not, what you're going to see is a lot of hurt men and a lot of hurt brothers who are mad because they gave their all to the wrong woman, and they gave that to the wrong person too.
I just want to say, we could totally go back and forth with that. I just want to get like somebody else's perspective. Like, if the Hobsons could hop on for a second, please, and let them chime in.
I said Tony Hobson name for so long.
He ain't trying to come up on here, man. You got to be brave to come up here with all these women.
4 times. I said
He on here. Go ahead, let him
The
speak.
Hobsons are a couple, so I would love to hear from them.
I apologize. I was having issues, you guys. I was having issues.
Greetings.
Greetings, Hobsons.
Greetings, everyone. How y'all doing?
Hi, peace and love. What it do?
Okay, none much. So, I'm just gonna give my perspective from what I was speaking on. So, to a degree, quite a few things that you ladies up there said, I do agree with. But for me, I feel like this goes so far back, right? It goes so far back. And I think one of my biggest issues is how, like, because I'm an observer, I observe a whole lot, right? And what I've noticed that is an issue with me that bothers me is that when you look at any other race, yeah, you have other races who may get on and speak slightly about certain things. But when it comes to other races, the last thing you see them do is have something to say, whether it be about their man or vice versa about their women. For me, I feel like as a Black race, we're all kings and queens. I think along the way, a lot of us, including women as well, but more so men, in my opinion, have lost their way, have fell off the bandwagon, don't have a clue. It's about all the wrong things. And for those men who do not have that common sense or are enlightened by what's important to our culture and to us as a people, they are on the wrong path, like completely on the wrong path. Right. So when I hear, like, you guys come up and you say, well, there's a lot of men who are not kings. For me, honestly, we all come from the motherland. Again, it can go so far back. That is a whole other conversation that I'm not going to get into. But we are kings and queens. We don't have to have the throne. We don't have to have that empire. We don't have to have those things to know what we were naturally born as. And in my opinion, a man is a black man is a king because it stems from us as women. We are queens. We are, and again, it was mentioned earlier that the word queen can be known as a hoe, but we understand that the same word have different definitions. So while it does mean that, it also has royalty behind it. But for me, I am not just a queen. I am an emperor. I am a goddess. I am of God.
Can I
Therefore,
ask, I'm sorry, can I ask you a question? Because I'm learning from you. Can I ask you a question?
yeah, sure.
Please.
But
So
I agree, but I disagree. But I'm gonna let MB.
yeah, because I'm learning from everybody. So my question is, so you're saying that every black male is born a king. He born that automatically.
Just like we are all born a child of God, yes.
If that
But
was the case, then there would be no hurt black women right now.
here's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's just like
This is
saying
where you
every
misheard
male
me
is
at.
a man.
Let her
Every
answer. Let
male
her
is
answer
not
it.
a man.
This is what I'm saying. They're all born kings, but a lot of them are misguided. A lot of them are poisoned. A lot of them have
So women
no
are not
real
misguided.
idea of how to be, of what they come from. The
So
same as if we're all
so
born. What's that?
so women are not misguided either.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I believe there's a lot of misguided women, because something that you guys did state earlier was, it's
So
nothing
why does
wrong
the
with a woman
pressure?
wanting stability. It's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to expect something from a man. But where a lot of women are confused is because they expect the wrong things from a man. You understand
So
what I'm
why is
saying?
the
There are women
pressure
who are like,
always
if you
placed?
can't get me a Birkin bag, or if you can't do this and that for me, then I don't want you. They want a man to take care of them wholeheartedly while not providing anything.
So
But
why
it's the
why
same for a
why
man.
is
That's
a
not fair.
black woman expected to be a superwoman, or why is all the pressure always expected to be on a woman?
But that's not my perspective. My pressure for me, no, I apologize. Not even my pressure. My perspective is that it should be equal on both ends. Not saying equal as, oh, women rights, we should be. No, I'm not speaking in that way. I'm speaking as, we should be able to equally yoke one another. That's what I mean. It's not just
So
about,
how many
oh, it's just the
situations do
women.
you see in life that are equal?
What's that?
How many situations do you see in life, in real life, that are equal?
Facts. Not many. But
Right.
do you not agree that that is the problem?
You can't be
I
equal.
do, but
It's
then
impossible.
see, sister, where I see the problem, I love you, sister, first of all.
I
And I
appreciate that. I
like
love
what
you.
you're
I love you right
saying.
back.
I like what you're saying. But the thing is that a lot of times when we and then it hurts more when it comes from our sisters, when we as sisters are held more accountable, because that's more weight placed on our chest.
And that's what I said in the beginning. It's like it's always our fault. It's
And
But it's
and
I
not
that's
your
what
agree
I'm
fault.
with that,
tired
but I
of.
do
I
not
But
just
it's
look
not
at
want
it
your
as
fault.
being
peace.
It's
our
not your
fault.
fault. It's not
I
your
don't
fault.
look at it as being our fault. I think my underlying issue is the fact that when it's easier to attack our man, when I look around at other races, I don't see them doing that, And I'm gonna share a quick
But we
situation.
don't attack
But
our
how are we
men
gonna make them
like
better though, sis?
we
How are we
don't
gonna
Yep,
make
though.
yep,
them better
yep,
if we don't
yep.
tell
Let
them
me
what
say
they
something
doing
though. We
wrong?
Why
don't.
can't we tell them in private? Why can't we tell them when we see them? Why do we have to make
We
Because
it?
they
don't
tell
Why
do
your
can't
that
we
though.
let
business
them
That's the
out
know
in the
thing.
then and
public.
Most of the
uplift them?
times we
Either
don't.
y'all are not telling them in private, or we don't get the option to tell them in private. But it's just like this. I'm sure there's a lot of private conversations that goes on. And
Sure.
either way
See,
it
it's a
goes,
whole lot of
those
privacy
private
before the.
conversations are not effective. Therefore, they come online Because, black women are not the one that led the forefront like Tommy Sotomayor and Kevin Samuel and all of this with this black women bashing. But then when black women start reacting back, then it's a problem. So it's not us, it's them. So, like, how are we still held accountable?
But my
I
thing
don't
is,
agree.
this is what I want to say, because I kind of disagree with you, too, Key, and I kind of disagree with you, Mrs. Hobson,
Bring it
right?
to
And this is what I want to say. Black women are not attacking black men at the rate that they are attacking us. In
Right.
every aspect, in every single aspect, we get how we are not enough, how we are inadequate, how we are not feminine enough, all of these different things. We get that on a regular basis, not just on in the internet, but we get it at home, we get it with family members, we get it in every single
they promote
aspect
it.
of spectrum, right?
Mhm.
However, I don't feel like, and this is where I disagree with you too, Keith. I don't feel as if, it's all on them or it's all on us. I think it's a collective issue that is happening amongst both people, because this is what was happened systematically to make us do this, to butt heads, to butt heads. And that's why these type of conversations are good, because maybe it'll spark some more aha moments in our mind to where we kind of change our perspective a little bit, and we can see from both spectrums, from both the male point of view, both the female point of view too, right?
Exactly.
But do you
And
Yeah.
not
that's why I
agree that
say
when we're
raise the
speaking,
bar.
when we're
That's
speaking
why I
of our
say raise
men,
the bar. And MD, do you agree with me that black women need to raise the bar?
You talking about me?
Yeah. Do you
I agree.
agree with
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I feel like this though. I feel like it's all about mentality, right? So the unrighteous man is the one that's telling y'all all the bad stuff about you. The righteous man is going to want to listen and fix the problem.
facts,
So that's what that situation is. So the thing is that the woman is supposed to hold the man accountable, and the reason why, because the woman has attached herself emotionally, physically, sexually, monetarily, all these different things. She has the right to tell that dude something. If you got that much stuff invested in a male and what he does every day, and you see him going in the wrong direction, you ain't supposed to just be quiet.
facts.
You're supposed to be
Fact.
like, hey man, you going the wrong way. You taking the wrong turn, man. And if he gets sensitive about that, then that might not be the person you need to be with. That's still a
Absolutely.
And
child.
they do get
He's too
sensitive
lost.
when
And
you
they
do
do,
do
they
that.
get sensitive. But see, for me, you guys, I think my issue is much greater. So I try to start from within to progress. And when I say that, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I had a situation at work where, multiple of race, I working in the hospital, and in this particular time I was in labor and delivery, and one of the nurses had, a black family. And she comes out and, they did something that she didn't really care for too much. And she's talking. And then I get a few other, young black nurses to come over and give their input. And they're bashing. Oh, why does it have to be us? Why does it have to be? That's my issue right there. So when those type of conversations, you know what? I'm not going to be a part of this. So I'm going to go ahead and walk away, because I am in a professional setting. I can't say what I truly want to say without, being in trouble or being let go, because we don't, we while we have that right, we don't truly have that right, depending on your setting and your situation. Those type of things for me is like, instead of saying, well, I understand how you feel, sometimes it can get that way, but not everybody is that way. Maybe, maybe something's wrong with her. Maybe her family, they had their own issues before, trying to resolve it for the sake of your own race. You're going to stand there and you're going to add to the problem with somebody else. You're going to add to it with somebody else. You're going to make it a bigger issue. Yeah, why do we have to be that way? Why do we have to do this? Oh my goodness, my people. No, that's a part of the problem. You're not trying to help fix it. You're not trying to help someone else see the other side of it, but you're going to add to it. And I think that's why with this particular situation, do I agree that a lot of black men do bash us? I do agree with that. I don't feel like we always have to be the bigger person, but we do have to be the person. We do have to be those people. If
Why?
I really
everybody else is looking at our black man as nothing,
Why?
as nobody, and we add to that, then we become a part of everybody
no
else who
man,
think
no. I
that
think
way.
Why do
wait
we
a minute.
as
Can I
women
But
have
hold
to
on,
be the bigger
Paris, you
person?
haven't said nothing. What you think? Because you are a man. So
I mean, I haven't said anything because I've just been listening and trying to absorb the information because everything that's being spoken here is, coming from a different wavelength, a different point of view. We all need to understand that. Um, but it isn't, I don't really have much to say because for the most part, you're hitting every topic because it's kind of a shame that we do bash each other. Like, almost no other race is supporting each other. Like,
Facts. And
if
they
you
all
look at
bash us
if
along
you look
with
at
us.
Yep, if you look at Hispanics, if you look at the Chinese, Japanese, all these people in these communities are always working together. It's only the
Facts.
black community that bashes each other, that destroys one another, and doesn't want to help build with one
But
another.
Facts.
see,
It's
it's
been
not.
that way for a long time.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it ain't the black community. It's black males, and we got to start
It's
being
not.
honest
See,
about
see,
this.
no, see, don't. You can't say
Disagree.
that. You cannot say that because black men aren't working together, literally because of
Manosphere,
generational
Thomas
problems.
Sotomayor, Kevin
It's
Samuels.
Men aren't working together because of generational problems. I'll say it again. Men in my generation, we don't work together. We don't do it. I'm 22, part of Gen Z. We don't work together. We don't
And what is the
have that.
reason why? What is the reason why?
It starts at home.
Facts.
That's
Like,
Okay.
sad. What you just said proved my point.
it
Men of
doesn't prove you. It
community
doesn't.
are not working together.
That
But
doesn't
why are
prove.
they
That
not
doesn't prove your
working
point.
together? Like, where did it begin? How far back does it go that our race was programmed to turn one
And
another
that's
against
not that's
It
not
another?
a black
started.
But
woman's fault.
I also wanna comment
Go
that
ahead,
when
Starseed.
black men are working together, it seems like it's always something destructive, like being thugs together,
Yeah.
gangsters together.
Facts.
They're not working
So
together to help the black
yeah,
woman
I just wanted to. Y'all can continue.
Our black
So what
family,
about you,
our
yeah,
Sky
black
Divine?
especially.
Like,
family.
what is,
Or raising their children.
I want to get people
Never
who are
mind.
not really talking that much. So, what about you, Sky?
Um, I feel the same way. I feel like black women, we come together in a negative way often too.
Facts.
We're quick to pick up the phone when it's some drama, but then you'll see your best girlfriend post that she ain't got nobody to talk to, and she ain't got no
Facts.
friends. You'd be like, girl, you just called me to tell me all the girl business down the street, and X, Y, and Z. And the same thing with men. I agree, they come together when it's a robbery, or it's some thug, some gangster stuff, or when it's to attack the black woman. When it's let's go to a party and let's put something in her drink, or
Mhm.
let's we know Whoopty Whoop gonna be there. We wouldn't normally speak to her, but we know she gonna be a little drunk, and when she get drunk, whatever, they plotting. Where like
Right.
Huh?
I know when us as
Um,
women, we go out,
That happened a lot.
we're not plotting on the black man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got women who like, okay, I'm gonna see who go buy me a drink, but I mean, who don't? I mean, who does it? But we're not plotting to hurt the black man. If anything, we're trying to see, okay, what is he about? Like we want to know more about this man when we're going out and we're suiting men. That's what we're trying to get to. So
Facts.
that's where the division is. The mindset is different. The mindset is totally different. But you get that from the music. The music that a lot of black men rappers are putting out are to attack us. You know what I'm saying? It's to put
Right.
us
Right.
in a
Right.
low frequency.
And
You
why
know,
is
or
that?
or
Why is
or
that?
get
Why do you think it's
together
like that,
for the
sister?
wrong reasons.
but I
Why do you
think
think it's like that, sister?
I mean, because we were put on display. When we go back to our ancestors, we were put on display. We were something to look at.
But why do you think black men submit to that?
It's the way of the world.
They had to during slavery. It's also
Programming.
many years
We
ago.
No,
They
are
was
it's deep. It's
forced.
deeper than
programming.
that. It's deeper than that. It's because some black women, the same way you have unrighteous black males and a righteous black male, you have the same thing on the other side of the coin. You can't put them girls like that out there unless you got permission from the girl. She gotta agree to it to a certain degree.
not necessarily, because our
Not
Yeah,
mindset
always.
not
follow.
necessarily. No.
Our mindset is to naturally follow the man's lead. We naturally do not want to disobey the man's order. We
You should
And
naturally
do
though.
you know, like,
You
do you
should.
know, Sky,
If you're going the wrong
Sky,
way, you
false.
should.
Sky, do you know that whether it be Africa or indigenous America, when you say indigenous, the first people of the
I got you.
land, we melanated black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we populated the whole planet, right?
Right.
So black people are the first people of every landmass, right?
That's right.
So when you start looking
Facts.
into that culture and you go back into their cosmology, it was a matriarch.
Right. Right.
So we didn't switch to a patriarch.
The woman's supposed to lead now to the future.
And then the patriarch is not working. But I just bring
Okay.
that up to put a little something on your mind. But when we're
Excuse.
talking about the music industry, right?
Oh wait, excuse me.
We're
That just
talking
takes you.
about, and then you don't even have to say the music industry. You can say NBA, NFL. You can say any industry that contributes money.
Media. Right. The media.
There's a disrespect for the black woman.
Fort Law is not up here. Okay, you keep talking about let Fort Law. Tell Fort Law to come up here. He's not here. Go ahead.
So what I'm trying to get sisters to realize is that if you want to bring down the black race, it's so easy. And brothers, what I'm trying to get sisters and my brothers to realize, if you want to bring down the black race, you do it by way of the women. Like, if you pay
I would agree.
pay attention, we hold down the fort. We're the first ones to the fight. When it comes down to voting, we are the numbers.
Right, but
we've always held the black man down because the black man is our brother. He's our son. He's our uncle or something. So we've always held the black man down because we're motherly, nurturing. So we're going to hold family down. And black man is part of our family. Now,
but there's a problem
they
in
want
that,
to say, not all, like MD Revo, he's a good dude. But like, whereas some would like to say that we don't. When you say Black Lives Matters, that's black women. When you say, a lot of movements, that was black women.
And most of the laws that were passed into legislation, i.e., one of the legislations to no longer leave black men out of low-income housing and those sort of things, black women were the ones who actually put in the initiative to change those laws.
Facts.
But do you hear what all y'all are saying? Let me just interject for 1 second and then just agree with
Go ahead,
just
bro.
your perspective. You know what you're all saying? You're all saying the same thing that I was saying before. The black woman is the most powerful one in the whole equation.
Exactly.
If you say like, hey, if I attack the black woman and the whole empire structure of the black family falls, that's the most powerful person.
Facts.
I don't think you can't keep saying. I think black women can't keep believing in their brain that the black male is the most powerful. Because once you put him in a leadership role, he fails you every time.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So the way the world is going is that if women, because look, let me give you an example. Most black males can't even run their own household. They need a woman to cook for them. They need a woman to clean for them. They need a woman to do all that. But a woman can, and they don't even want to watch their own babies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a dude that I mentor, right? He got a little kid, even though he's like 20-some years old. He could be on a computer all day playing John Madden and everything, all these different codes on Xbox and PlayStation, but he telling me he cannot change a diaper. I'm like, dude, that's an excuse. You don't want it. You go figure that out if you love your child. So it's like, it's all these handicaps that they have, and I think women should be more selective and who they give
raise
their heart
the bar.
But let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, Fort Law. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Okay.
What is the real missing link to the problem? I mean, everybody's saying some nice stuff.
Okay.
But I haven't heard anyone say that they done the research and know what's really wrong with us as a people. Because like the other brother just said, other races don't bash each other. That's not true. All races got problems with each other. There's no 1,000,000% good of anybody. Everybody got some issues. But with our people, See, being the first people and the original people, if we can all agree, but I know because I researched. This is the problem, man. We got taken away from a program that we created. The original godhood was masculine and feminine. It was the woman and the man. So there was nobody leading, although the
And the
woman
child.
was
It was the Trinity.
the
But go ahead.
woman.
Well, that
Right.
wasn't the
Right.
original, but I'm gonna let you
Hold
have it.
on, Mr. Bader. Hold on, Mr. Bader. You've been talking. Let me say something.
I said I'm
Okay.
gonna let you
So
have it.
right. You go. Okay. So when the woman was venerated, and these other people came and took the woman off of being venerated, that's why we don't respect the woman no more. Because if you only got an education of the Greco-Roman education, which says destroy the woman's glory, that's why we don't respect them. And not everybody, and hold on, not everybody's education was able to get that, because my mother and my daddy was a real revolutionary. I was raised up in a revolutionary family. So I had to start learning early. It's 11 of us. Well, it's only 10 now because one of my sisters and brothers rest in peace, so we down to 9. But they was revolutionary. I was taught how to respect a woman at a young age. Today, with this Greco-Roman education and religion, all religions say beat the woman down.
Right.
All religions say that. So okay. So listen, bro. You've been talking all night. Let me say something. Look. So when you say it starts in the home, all of the homes are of religion, and every religion says beat the woman down. So you can't expect.
You don't. So you can't expect no more.
Okay, hold on, bro. Okay, so you can't expect everybody who's in the churches, when the church disrespect the woman, you go to the mosque, they disrespect the woman. Every religion disrespect the woman except our own original tradition, which was the man and woman is the godhood. It was a woman named Marilyn Stone who wrote a book called When God Was the Woman. Did you know she had to hide for 10 years because she wrote the book? She had to hide for 10 years because she wrote that book and opened so many women's eyes. So I don't believe that.
So
every black. I don't believe that every black. No. Hold on. I don't believe every black. I don't believe every black man. I don't believe every black man is a king and every black woman is a queen. No, because it never was like that. And in fact, in the original days, the women chose who was going to be the king. Didn't no man walk up and say, "I'm king, and I sat on the throne. I sat on the throne. Here I am. I'm the pharaoh." Listen. It was army. It was like Napoleon, Augustus, Caesar. You know who whipped all of his armies? It was women. 100 years went by when there was no man big enough to be a king.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can say right, but see, what I'm saying is, I know what I'm talking about because I've been taught by some of the best men and women.
But wait a minute.
And so for us, for us to have this conversation about,
so I agree.
For us to have this conversation about why do black men bash women? I mean, the hell with Kevin. What's his name? All them old dudes. I think about them dudes. You know, they hustlers. They hustling on YouTube. They YouTube hustlers.
Let me ask you a question, though. I'm with you.
Please.
Let me ask you a question, though, for Layah, right here. I think we have came up with a solution. Would you say that one of our root issues is religion?
Hell yeah, that's the number one. You got look. Check this out. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because all religions make us say he, him, pray to him, he, him. That's where homosexuality comes into, because you're thinking everything is man. The woman don't get no shot. And we know that I said, and we know that Hey Rule and I saw her, and we know that Ramen and Nuke. Those are the original.
Even the Muslim God is a woman.
Of course. Of course, a lot with a woman. But what they do, they killed her so they can get her out the way. They still do that today. It ain't just a black woman that this society hates. They hate all women. They don't want no woman to get to know who she is.
Excuse me.
So we gotta look at that.
Hold on,
it's religion.
Wait a second. Hold on.
It's religion that destroyed what we know about the black woman so we can respect her and venerate her again. It ain't the rap music, because them dudes' education is Greco-Roman. They taught to hate the woman. They don't, they're not trying to change that. So you have to understand that the reason these men are like they are, because they have an education from the Greco-Romans who hate women. All women, not just the black woman, knowing that the black woman, they hate the black women the most because they know that's their mama.
I agree.
They know the black woman. They know the black woman is their mama.
Over each other like this.
They know the black woman is their mama, so that's why they hate the black woman, because that's their mama. But all these other races want a black woman, so we gotta uproot all these religions out of our spirit. We gotta uproot this mentality of this Greco-Roman education, and we can get back to that. And
indoctrination.
Hold on, everybody.
Colonization through indoctrination.
Hold on.
Right. You're right.
Smart guy.
But I'm not trying to say.
Talk for one moment, everybody. Go ahead, smart guy.
I'm kind of lost right now. I'm just listening. I mean,
it was.
So was that you, Paris, that said hold on 1 minute? Because some guy said hold on. So go ahead, Paris.
I just had a question. Like I had asked a question earlier. What is wrong with the woman being more powerful in the household or in any situation? And for the last hour, you guys have talked about how the woman has been more powerful, stronger.
You didn't ask me that. You didn't ask me that.
I asked
you want me
over an hour.
You want me to answer that question? You want me to answer it?
I have a response to that. It can't get his question out.
I got a response for it.
At a time, people. Keep your mic.
I got a response for that.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, go ahead, Warlaw. We're gonna let you respond.
Okay, here's the response, man. Just like Dr. Ben Yadin said. I run the house, I run the kids, I go get the money, I provide protection. I must kill, steal, live for my family, die for my family, but the woman run me. And when he said that, he wasn't saying it like no simp. That's just how the traditional was. That's just how it still is. But once you take that from a man's mind, once you take that from a woman's mind, then you're lost. It ain't no big old puzzle. It's not no big old mystery to what link is missing. The link is missing that we don't venerate the woman no more. You know why we don't? We don't know how to venerate the woman. So it ain't the man's fault, because he can redeem himself if he go do his research and do his and do his miseducation over and find out who he is. But no. And then, like when the sister was talking about the music industry, look, baby, all these industries is ran by one and the same people, whether it's politics, music, sports, all of that stuff is ran by the same people. And it's never been no different. Rapping just got real more blatant, but rock and roll and all the rest of the music still don't respect the woman. You know why? Because all religions say hate her, push her down. So that makes a woman have low self-esteem. So that makes a woman feel like, so when a woman just go ahead and say, okay, Jesus said, shut up. Allah said, shut up. Buddha said, shut up. All these men run everything. Where do you think all the homosexuals come from? Because they worshiping men all the time.
It's called toxic masculinity. And
go ahead and say that. So look here. So the solution to me really is research, education, find out who you really are. And then you know who the woman really is. It ain't about her taking charge. She was first, so she's supposed to have charge. You know, it was a brother on today. What was I watching? He was saying that women ain't smarter than men and they don't mature with men. And no, they don't. That's a damn lie. And I was like, bro, who's your first God? Your first God is your mama.
Who's your creator?
Your mama.
Who is your creator?
Okay, so when you first come out of the womb, your jaws is already moving, so it can suck. Go ahead. It didn't ask for no. It didn't ask for no Bible.
We gonna let God.
Go ahead, Goddess J. Go ahead, Goddess J.
Yes, hi, thank you. So I just wanted to ask a question based on what you just said about religion, basically beating a woman down. What I'm kind of lost on that. I'm not a very religious person myself. I did grow up in the church, but I wouldn't call myself religious. So when you say that, because we may have some
let me clarify
that are religious.
I got you. And
what
I
is
can
Okay.
follow up. I'm
I'm
gonna let
finna
my
clear.
brother. He been doing a good job. I'm gonna let him lead,
I'm
and
finna
then I
clarify
got
that
your
for you
back,
guys,
bro.
Jay.
Let
thank
her
you.
finish
I'm
her
finna,
question, y'all. Y'all gotta
Do
keep
you
y'all
got
mind.
another question? You got more to that question? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, for law. Anybody else who
okay,
wants to
Go ahead, bro. I
okay,
who
got you.
wants to chime in as
Team,
well?
okay.
coach,
Hey, but hey, I'm
leader.
not debating nobody. I don't have to debate. Goddess Jay, here's what I'm saying. Every religion blames Eve, who has nothing to do with our people. Adam and Eve are fictitious. They never were created, never walked the earth. Neither did Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, none of them. But they all say Eve is the reason the world is like it is. All that bullshit. So then here comes our women taking on Eve's responsibility
Facts.
forever. See what I'm saying? So that's
And
so no
Eve
matter
means
what book,
skin.
no matter
Eve
what
means
holy book,
skin.
no
But
matter
what I
what
will
holy
say
book
is,
you
guys, I have people from all kind of religious backgrounds and religious
okay,
walks
that's
of life.
cool.
Let's
Okay,
break it
that's
So
down from that
well,
I don't
religion
want to
well,
back
bash
then.
anybody's
Let
religious
me get
belief
it. Let me get
system.
it for a minute,
But
Law.
go
yeah,
ahead.
Let me
but
get it for a minute,
yeah,
Law.
yeah,
Law, let
yeah,
me
That's
read
but
why
the
I
God is
asked
scripture
that
Leah,
for you.
question.
God is Leah,
That's why I asked
God
that
is Leah.
question.
It's about facts. It ain't about nobody's belief, and
I
it's about
know,
facts, not
I
feelings, and
know,
about
but I
facts,
had
not
to say
feelings.
that.
So God
Let
is
You
me
know
get
Jay,
it
what?
for a
God is
minute,
Jay,
Law. Law, let me have it
God is
for a
Jay,
minute.
Okay,
First of
can
all,
God is
if
Jay.
you're not reading the Bible from Hebrew perspective, you're not reading it right. And to break down the word Eve from a Hebrew perspective, that just means skin. That just means the body. That just means the physical. Okay. When you break down Adam is not Adam. Adam is
Oh
Atom,
yeah,
which
right,
means
right, correct.
the
I'm
smallest
aware.
molecule. It's
I'm
science.
aware of that.
There is
I'm aware
science
of
in the
that.
Bible. And
I'm
so,
aware of that.
that is our problem. We're ignorant to science, math, and all those things. And therefore, we're sitting
Not
here
me.
believing in so many different things,
No, no, no,
and we
no, no.
can't
Not
back it
me.
up
Not me.
because we lack
Not me.
knowledge and science.
For law, let
Don't
her
put
speak.
me in that boat.
Let her speak.
No, no, no. I'm
No,
not
you're not
ignorant.
in
I'm
that.
not ignorant to that. So
Now,
you
you
when
my
you say
boy.
we,
Now, you my
no,
boy. You
talk
my
about
boy.
no. Speak. No. Speak in your terms, because you don't put me in that. Because I'm not
I
ignorant to none of those
You
things,
my
sweetheart.
boy, Law.
You
I
You my
said
boy.
agree.
we.
I didn't put you in that perspective.
I
You
agree
my
with you,
boy.
T. I just
Okay?
want to say that
I'm
I agree
I'm
with
not a
that
boy.
aspect.
I'm a goddess.
I mean,
I'm a
you
But I
got
don't
god.
want to
I'm a
put my
king.
whatever you wish me to call, but I agree with what you're saying. You feel me? Okay? So
Well,
get up
it's
off
fact.
my back. Because I agree with a
It's
lot of what
fact.
you've been saying.
Hey, it's all love, baby. I'm not doing it to try to bomb on you. I'm just trying to
I
finish
know. I
talking
just
to
want you to
to,
know
to Goddess J.
I'm with you.
I wanted to see if Goddess J got what I was saying. And Goddess J, what I was saying, honey, is that all religious books destroy the woman. Every last one of them. So none of them give the woman no credit. Like I said, Rolling Stone wrote a book called When God Was the Woman, and she had to hide for 10 years. They were trying to kill her for writing that book.
I
And
need
see,
to
a lot
read
of
that
them,
book because that's one of the few that I have not read, and I read a lot. So I'm gonna go
right,
ahead and get
right. It's
that
by
book.
Rolling Stone. I watch you guys a lot. And I'll be in the comments. But today, I was dealing with my daughter, and like
You
me,
do be in the comments. That's why I was
check this
like,
out.
for
Check
law
this.
ain't came up here.
One day people
I haven't
gonna
seen
give
you. I
QI
haven't seen
credit
you
for
put that.
bringing
You
that
ain't
fire.
posting nothing.
QI
But
brings fire to panels, and I ain't
Well,
no
check this
narc
out. Check it
or
out.
nothing like that.
Me. I'm a single dad, right? I raised two daughters. My youngest right now, she's been to be 14. Her mom just died a year ago. But we haven't stopped moving none. She knows she's a goddess, an empress. She knows she's a queen. Everything in her wall, the hieroglyphics, everything is in our home. And that don't make me no better than nobody. But like one sister was asking the brother a minute ago, what are you doing to make sure he can only do what he can for his? We only responsible. The ancestors got
That's
our
all
back,
I
so
was
they
asking, what he was doing for his family, because it
Right.
starts at
right,
home,
right.
period.
I get it. And
If
his
you
answer,
can't
I don't
even
know.
control your own kingdom, then how you over here trying to tell us what to do if you can't even control what you got going on over there? And that was why I asked him the question.
Can we get
So
an
that's all
applause
was
for
what I was
that?
trying to say.
Woo! Can we get an
Okay,
applause
okay.
for that? Because it starts with
My baby
home.
girl,
We can't.
my baby
Everybody
girl.
can talk about unity, but unity is a big number. You can't tell me nothing about unity if you ain't unified your home.
Thank you. How are you over here trying to?
Hold on, let me
Well,
get some snaps.
you can't unify nothing without the right education, though.
So with
It
all
all
of the
comes down to
education you're
education.
claiming you have Fort Law, let me ask, is that going on for you? Are you holding down your fort over there in your kingdom?
I just check it out. I just said I have two
Generational
daughters.
wealth.
One daughter.
Generational wealth.
I'm just
Can
asking.
I answer the question?
Go ahead.
Okay, what I'm saying, sister, is that my baby girl finna be 14. She knows exactly who she is. In fact, sometimes she come home from school because teachers be talking about ancient days, and she be like, ancient is only African. There's nothing else ancient but African. There's no white people or no other race that's ancient. You know, she gets into it with teachers at school because, like I told the teachers, like, you guys' education is secondary to the education she gets at home. And my whole family, we got Muslims and Hebrew Israelites and all these other religions in my family. I got a sister who's Hebrew Israelite, and she's like sister right there, always want to debate, but I don't have to debate because debate is when you don't know no better. Debate is when you can't figure nothing out. I was taught by a lot of good men and women. I had to study. I've never been a gangbanger. I've never been in that. I've been a revolutionary all my life. So I made sure my children have always known who they are. I can agree with the rebel brother. Now that's called self-preservation. That is first. So I do have to take care of mine first. I take care of my mom, my dad. They up in their age. I treat my mama like, nobody's ever bigger than their mother. No king, no ruler, never bigger than their mother.
Much love to you, brother,
So,
and much love to the brothers out there that is holding down,
and I got
that's protecting their family.
I got 4 sisters, and look, I got 4 sisters older than me who made sure I knew who the black woman was.
Hey, y'all, I can respect it, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, you got something to do.
I'm about to wish y'all. I think,
and I got a test. I got a test
Hotep,
coming up soon next week. Another test.
Come on the panel, and it's been a pleasure, and we have to continue this conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again. I love it. I love the dialogue.
Make that title stand out. And brother Law, and then the other brother, RM or whatever. Y'all some good bro. Y'all gotta come on back because we got to teach the people. All right, but thank y'all and peace, love.
Hotep.
It's that new moon. Happy new moon, everybody. I hope you guys are tapping in. I still got my new moon manifestations to work on. So I got stuff to do. Sky Divine, I'm about to call you before I start doing my stuff. That's my bestie. So anyways, I hope everybody have a good evening. I hope that this live, if it didn't do anything for you, it gave you an aha moment. It sparked some questions or some things like that in your mind to where now you're going to go do some research. Fort Law, can you please tell us that book is When God Was a Woman by who?
When God Was the Woman by Marilyn Stone.
By Marilyn Stone. I'm definitely going to purchase that tomorrow, ASAP.
By Marilyn Stone.
Go ahead and read that book. So everybody, love and light, peace and blessings. We will be doing this more and more and more. We're going to have panels. I love the panel discussion. Thank you to all the goddesses. Thank you to all the gods. I don't call y'all kings because I don't believe in that shit. But thank you to all the goddesses and the guys who came through. I definitely appreciate y'all energy and love and light and peace and blessings. And y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.